online at motherswindowtint.com. 1250 ESPN San Antonio and 94.5 FM KZDC San Antonio. Jason Minix, Rob Thompson, The Blitz.
It is The Blitz here on 1250 ESPN San Antonio, 94.5 FM. If you're on the go, slow down. You can go to ESPNSA.com. Watch us live. Our YouTube channel just lands right there. Or you can go to YouTube. Like, listen, and share. You know, that kind of stuff. You can go to Facebook and watch us live. And if you do, you'll see Jason Minix in a place that he is not familiar with, at least not over the last 14 months. It's his second time in studio. It's my day 3 on a run here.
The ease back in. I dipped the toe in the water the other day. Felt pretty good, so I came back today. But not really for you.
There's a couple things that we should add. You know, there was some great convenience to doing a show real close to a refrigerator and all the other likes. So I think as we become more and more familiar here, we need to bring some dogs in so we get used to that barking. I miss that.
You miss the barking dogs?
I miss my howling chihuahua, so I'll bring that one in. And we miss the barking dogs. And every now and then I'm just going to, I don't give a damn about your dog. Far away from the mic so I can sound like I'm sitting at home. But other than that, hope y'all are having a fine Monday. Boy, we have got a show for you today. I like to say restaurant quality. We got a Mustang coming. That's his nickname. That's his nickname. Kelden Johnson, San Antonio Spur Mustang, one of the young dudes, will be in studio at 5 o'clock for a long conversation. We are so excited to have Keldon in, the offseason in full play, and a San Antonio Spur will be speaking live to you in just a little over an hour. We're also going to be joined in the 6 o'clock by the play-by-play Bowler Jack. It's Craig Bowler Jack.
Yeah, Craig Bowler Jack.
I wanted to say Bowley, but no one knows that.
Yeah.
Craig Bowler Jack, the voice of the Utah Jazz, will join us. We'll certainly talk about the Jazz-Memphis series, but more importantly, we'll talk about our very own Jordan Clarkson, the Sixth Man of the Year winner with the NBA. Bowley's had a good opportunity to follow him the last couple of years and great insight to a great young man who is achieving all his goals. Delayed for sure, but that's just a testament to the effort that he's put in to get there. Jordan Clarkson, Sixth Man of the Year. Craig Bowlerjack will join us at 6:30. We'll talk about Jordan Clarkson and look forward to all the games all throughout the show. We're cooking today as well. Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds. Now this is right up my alley, Jason. There are things that I love in life, and I rate the restaurants that I go to by this. So I'm a bit of an expert on the fried pickles. So we're going to do some fried pickles in a very keto-friendly way using Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds. Sounds delicious and absolutely perfect for that smorgasbord, that big old picnic table that you're going to set up over the weekend. Impress your friends.
What I like about this recipe, more than the fact that it's fried pickles with Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds, but it's an air fryer recipe. So if you're one of the gazillions like me that bought an air fryer, and you're trying to figure out what you can make in your air fryer without screwing it up, this is an air fryer recipe.
Is Don Paul's going to join us? Does he have a timer? Will he tell me how long to go with that?
15 minutes at 375.
Okay, I wanted to make sure.
Are you sure? Because I feel like you're going to screw it up anyway.
I need the exact time.
I might, but unlike every other air fryer recipe that I find that says, well, you can do that from 7 to 14 minutes. Well, that's pretty broad range. Right.
I don't think your pizza's supposed to be black.
But again, it said between 6 and 12 minutes. I went 8, and it was trash.
I attempted to make a grilled cheese in the air fryer.
Attempted?
It didn't go well.
I think I have mastered bagel bites in the air fryer. Between 6 and 7 minutes at about 375. Your bagel bites are going to be the 15 minutes. And again, bagel bites generally, if I'm coming home from the bar, get out of the Uber, go in the house, I want something, but bagel bites, it's 15 minutes in the oven.
At least. And you got to count the heat up time on top of that. So, yeah.
6 minutes in the air fryer.
And that is remarkable. It really is. That this is pretty basic technology. It's not like they invented something new. We're not using lasers in these air fryers. They're just circulating really hot air, right? That's all that is, right? Why is this just now becoming a thing now? I got my first microwave when we were like 5 in like 1972.
Oh, I thought it was magic they were using.
Well,
I don't know what life was like without a microwave. You mean there was such a thing?
I remember the first microwave we got, it didn't have a glass door. It was kind of like a metal mesh.
Uh-huh.
Well, it's like you said, magic. You're 6 years old. You just put something in and, 30 seconds later, it's hot. And then I'm like, well, there's not even a door. It's just like an aluminum mesh.
Mm-hmm.
And there was no like temperature setting or anything like that. It just on. There was a timer and on.
You remember when you were the channel changer for your parents?
I still am.
At least you don't have to get up now and walk across the room and get that little box that goes zzz.
Dude, you brought up something that is so, I live on the same property with my parents. And while I have no longer been the channel change dudes for, since we actually had real remotes. But when we first got cable, the remote was actually the cable box on a long cord. And you just kind of hit those clunky buttons. Now I'm not the channel changer. I'm the Zoom setter-upper.
Yep.
I'm the Zoom prepper.
Same thing.
Yeah, it's exactly the same thing.
Same thing.
So
I mean, literally, a phone call with my mother this morning was trying to figure out why her printer wasn't working.
Oh, man.
Which, again, is something that we have done a gazillion times. And again, it really just kind of boils down, turn it on and off. And that seems, hit the desk, bang it twice on the side, and it will print.
The irony in that, after y'all both had our IT guy come set up the printer for you on your laptop.
Well, that's
incredible.
That's very different.
It's very different.
I could have easily done it if I'd have known the names of the printers.
I mean, yeah, there's a gazillion. You got to have network access, and they don't want to give us that. The other crazy part of what my mother was trying to print today was her bank statement so she could balance her checkbook. And I was like, Mom, really? They could do that for you.
That is like, what year are we in?
My mom's still with her checkbook register down to the penny. Down, at least she's not the one at HEB writing a check.
That's my mom.
But down to the penny, printed out bank statement.
I mean, my bank could be shorting me for years and I'd never know.
Oh, I don't even have checks. So there isn't anything to balance. All I got to do is check my
you don't
my
have checks?
I haven't written a check.
Dude, my lawn guy takes checks. He's the only reason. Well, he's not the only reason, but the main reason I write checks.
Don't you need voided checks for like everything to set everything up?
Yeah, it's slowly going away.
Rob doesn't have those. Kelly, she has a checkbook. I mean, Kelly knows not to leave a checkbook with Rob because Rob would write checks left and right. And then when they start bouncing, well, why? I still have checks left. What do you mean they're not clearing? That was my brother.
All these new shoes,
that's
too.
Still me. Back in 1990, I believe it was, my brother and myself, and I had 2 other roommates in C status, it's now known. We were in College Station, and we were desperately behind on rent. So much so that they had started hammering those notices on your front door. And putting it like the sheriffs will be here in 2 days. So we knew it was coming. We didn't know what to do, and we were too afraid to call our parents because we had spent our rent money, I don't know, on high living and gambling and doing all that, whatever it was. So it's Sunday night. We're trying to figure out, are we going to have to move to the fraternity house? It's like at the end of the spring semester. We don't know what we're going to do, but our lease expires at the end of the month. And we're thinking, well, we'll find a place. We're here for 3 more weeks. We'll be all right. But we don't want the sheriffs to come throw all of our stuff out. So we were getting ready and having some guys come over to pick up our stuff as we were going to run from the lease. And the knock on the door comes, and it's the assistant apartment manager that gets stuck working Sunday night, who had the lowest man on the totem pole. He didn't want to come over. We didn't want to answer the door, but we answered the door. He's like, tomorrow I'm supposed to set this up there where everybody's going to be here tomorrow at 9. They're going to take all your stuff and we're going to throw it out and you're going to have to be out tomorrow. I'm just over here to vote. He goes, you guys can't pay anything today? And we're just like, no, we're broke. He goes, you guys don't even have a check? We're like, oh, we thought you wanted money. So we all wrote a check that was, he could have dribbled back to the office with that. Like, we all wrote checks knowing it was criminal, but he knew it too. He just didn't want to have to deal with scheduling the sheriffs to arrive.
Well, and he's going to make $75 extra for the 3 hot checks and the $25 fee there.
No, that scared us to the point we called our parents.
Ugh.
But that line, you don't even have a check? Oh, we thought you wanted to, wanted money.
Real money.
Well, I mean, there was a time for all of us where you were writing checks on, payday was Friday. So you knew you could write a check for something on Wednesday, and by the time it cleared the bank, there would be money in there.
Post-date it.
I ran a business with an old business partner years ago, and it's in this time frame. And our bank was located in Seminole, Texas. You know why Seminole, Texas? Because we had an extra 2 days of mail for the float. I think we were the only business client of the bank other than the cotton farmers up in Seminole that was doing stuff. So yeah, those days are gone. Absolutely gone. Maddie Sky is going to join us at 4:30. Big news for her today. I'll let her explain the wonderful honor that she received and the work that she's going to be doing. But we'll get caught up on all things San Antonio with our little burst of sunshine. Maddie Skyline will be here at 4:30. Again, Keldon Johnson will be in studio here at 5 o'clock, and we're going to hold on to him as long as possible, talking about the season and all that went on and all the things that Keldon Johnson is. Coming up, we'll look at the NBA in depth. How deep a trouble are the Clippers in?
Woo!
How good are the Brooklyn Nets? And we'll look forward to tonight's games. NBA talk and you coming up next. You're on the Blitz, 1250 ESPN San Antonio, 94.5 FM, and on the go at ESPNSA.com.
If you're having issues at the house with plumbing, heating, AC, you know there is one company to call, and that is Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heating, and AC. 210-651-5899 is the phone number. At Quarter Moon, they are experts at worst-case scenarios. And if you're having a plumbing emergency in your world, it is worst-case scenario. Full service, big job, small job, residential or commercial. They have all the equipment needed for any job, from a faucet leak to a leak in your slab. And their service trucks are fully stocked. They're going to be able to take care of you. They'll provide estimates, second opinions. They do not have commissioned sales reps. They do have an experienced staff that has earned an A-plus ranking with the Better Business Bureau. And at Quarter Moon, they are green certified. 210-651-5899 is the phone number. 651-5899 or their website, quartermoonplumbing.com.
I'm Justin Tatro, official organist of the Texas Rangers, and this is your home for Rangers baseball. 1250 AM and 94.5 FM, ESPN San Antonio.
We all like things to be easy and convenient, and New Brakes has done that with brake repair. Jason Minnick's here for New Brakes, nubrakes.com. They're a mobile brake shop. They will come to your home or office or wherever you are and fix your brakes. If your brakes are bad or going bad, go to nubrakes.com and schedule your repair. New Brakes provides convenient and affordable brake repairs, and they only fix brakes, so you won't get the upsells like at a traditional repair shop. Most repairs are done in less than an hour. New Brakes uses premium brake parts, and they back all repairs with a 24-month, 24,000-mile warranty. If your brakes are squeaky or grindy, go to nubrakes.com. Schedule your repair. Save 10% when you mention my name or ESPN San Antonio. nubrakes.com. Busy at work or just relaxing at the house, you continue to do what you do while New Brakes fixes your brakes. They're great at what they do. Go read all their 5-star reviews and schedule your repair at nubrakes.com.
Time to fire up the grill.
Time to go to Total Wine. I want to find a new tequila or rum to make some fruity drinks. Maybe a margarita or a pina colada.
Ooh, that sounds fun.
Their guides can help us find the perfect flavor to pair with your famous grilled salmon. And you do love their beer cooler.
Ooh, a hoppy Pilsner would make my famous salmon even better.
Wondrous selection, helpful guides, ridiculously low prices. Total Wine and more. Discover new flavors to make this summer even more fun at TotalWine.com.
Injuries happen, so if you twist, pull, pop, or snap something, you need Dr. David Espinosa at TSAOG Orthopedics. Dr. Espinosa treats all non-surgical orthopedic injuries and has same-day and next-day availability. Telemedicine services are also available. There is no reason to be in pain. If you are hurting, visit Dr. David Espinosa at TSAOG Orthopedics. Learn more at TSAOG.com. That's TSAOG.com, or schedule your appointment by calling 210-804-5490.
It's time to tee it up at Edwin Watts Golf Shops with these hot items for dads and grads. Featuring the Titleist TSI family of drivers. Faster in the air, longer off the tee, and straighter down the fairway. And don't miss these hot gifts from Bushnell, like the Tour V5 or the Tour V5 Shift with pin seeker technology. Or the Wingman with Bluetooth and audible GPS for distance. Swing by Edwin Watts Golf Shops and get custom fit today. Edwin Watts Golf Shops, home of the 90-day satisfaction guarantee. And shop us online at worldwidegolfshops.com.
It's time for some straight talk. Sure, saving money feels good, but cutting your wireless bill in half, that feels really good. Like walk-off home run in the 9th inning kind of good. Okay, maybe not that good, but pretty darn good. With Straight Talk, you can get 25 gigs of high-speed data for $45 a month, up to 50% less than the other guys. Plus, no contract. All on America's best networks. Why pay a whole lot when you could pay half? Straight Talk Wireless. No contract, no compromise. Goodyear knows the importance of keeping momentum as you head down the stretch. Momentum starts with movement. It's pulled from the air like a contested rebound. Momentum builds with steals and fast breaks, and is proven by deep threes as the shot clock expires. Momentum is how we change the game, and now it's time to discover where it can take us. Goodyear, more driven.
The Blitz. Thanks for stopping by. He's Jason Minix. I'm Rob Thompson. We're glad to have you aboard. We got a good one for you today. Good show. Maddie Sky is just about 15 minutes away. She of mysa.com. We'll talk all things San Antonio and a socialite buried in a Cadillac back in 1977.
Huh?
Yep. We reach back. We talk San Antonio through and through. We'll get into the match that has been called for us. Remember last year when we got to see golf when there were no sports, when we got to see Tiger and Phil get out there and play some golf? Well, they're going to redo that this year with a different cast of characters, and it's going to be even better if it's possible than what we saw last year with Tiger and Phil, because Aaron Rodgers is going to be involved in this.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah,
and it really is. And there's some drama in golf. You got a couple of not stars, but well-knowns that are going back and forth on Twitter. A guy named Brooks and a guy named Bryson, the country clubbers, and they're having Twitter spats. And even Phil is getting involved in Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers. And you know what? Golf needs that. We were talking earlier over the last couple of days when Phil won the PGA Championship. Where's the next? Who's the tune-in factor besides the 50-year-old guy? With no Tiger, who's going to be that guy? At least to get some drama. You got a couple of guys that don't like each other, and that's good.
I thought everybody liked each other in golf. I thought all those rich types in country clubs all got along great. No? I just assumed.
Not a world I live in, but yeah, no, I don't think so.
I wouldn't know. That's what I'm saying. I just assumed they seem to be living better than me. We'll get into the match at 4:45. But first, last night's games. By the way, Kelden Johnson will be in studio live with us in just about an hour. You want to make sure that you set the appointment. That's what we're doing here. So last night we watched. It was not particularly compelling, great basketball last night. And I think we're starting to see a little bit of separation from some of the teams. And first and foremost, watching the Clippers play last night, watching the Mavs go at it, which is the series that I said a couple of days ago was my least interesting. I'm not going to amend that yet, but I will say this. Clippers, they're in trouble, man. And I could not be happier. And the ramifications of this are huge. While we don't talk about that guy very often, but that guy with the Clippers is going to be a free agent.
Yeah.
The Clippers are a sinking ship. Now, they might be able to patch the hole against the Mavericks. I doubt it. But they ain't going to get in any further than a couple of rounds at very best. There's problems with the Clips right now. And I'm watching what the Mavs did. They got no answer for Luka. There's nobody on that roster that can defend him inside out or outside in. He's bullying everybody. And, Kawhi's playing well. It's a disjointed looking Clipper team. Ty Lue probably in trouble. I don't know if playoff George will show. Rajon is now playoff Rondo, and it's not a pretty thing. He's sniping at his teammates. Couldn't be happier to watch the Clippers collapse.
Well, and you look at it, and, Dallas with a 2-0 series lead. Kawhi scores 41 last night. All the post-game Clippers said they weren't worried, but come on, man. There's concern there. There should be panic there. They should say, yeah, man, we got to figure this out. Nah, no worries. We're down 0-2. And then, of course, the backdrop is, Maverick sees LeBron not getting any trouble for going out, goes to a strip club and gets a $50,000 lap dance.
First of all, how tall is Porzingis?
7,
4
whatever,
or something
3,
like that?
Yeah.
So was the stripper dancing on a box? I mean,
well, I mean, does he really?
Is he sitting in a hole?
Does he really go into a strip club in Los Angeles figuring at 7'3" he's not going to get noticed, or did he see LeBron not getting any trouble and realize, well, I'm not going to get suspended. I might get fined, but what the hell? I need a lap dance. I mean, I don't understand at this point. But my goodness, compared to the way he played in Game 1 and Game 2. Visit to the strip club is going to be part of the pregame routine. I mean, that was insane. $50,000.
$50K for that.
Mm-hmm.
Making it rain. Well, I guess, so can we take by the fine, but the fact that he's still playing, that he's been vaccinated as well?
Yeah, I mean, the league is all over the place with their protocols. They didn't term that one as an event that could spread COVID. Go figure.
Well,
you're good.
Well, we beat it down here in Texas months ago.
Yeah.
I mean, we were told that absolutely that we're done. Carlisle is certainly showing his ilk. He's a fine coach, and I think he just out-coached Ty Lue. And the fact that the Clippers, a defensive team, gave up 127 points in regular time doesn't bode well. The fact that the Clippers shot well, but not well enough. I think if you're a Clipper fan, things are going to fall apart. And if it does, what do you do if you're Allen? If you're Larry, what do you do? Do you try it again with Kawhi and Paul George? Do you go find a leader, the likes of somebody that will take them, like a Chris Paul? Because Rondo was brought in to do this, to lead them. What he's doing is just making other guys mad from what I'm watching. What do you do if you're a Clipper fan?
You look at Steve Ballmer and you think about all the checks he's been writing. And what have they got to show for it? I mean, they tanked at the end of the season to get Dallas.
Yes.
And now they're down 0-2, losing those 2 games at home. If they are a first round out, you have to figure that the carnage is going to be great. I mean, whether it's Ty Lue, you wonder if Kawhi is looking at, I think he'd be a great fit in Miami, possibly in New York, which could obviously affect DeMar DeRozan's plans if he goes to New York. But you wonder if they're a first round out, does Kawhi Leonard, as much as he tried to get to LA, says, man, I'm never going to win here. I mean, there's just something about the Clippers and the organization. And you look across the hall, and the Los Angeles Lakers and Anthony Davis certainly look like they righted the ship last night against the Phoenix Suns. They looked like a team last night that could go on a run and repeat as NBA champions. And really, we talked the other day, if LeBron ain't there, Anthony Davis has to play like he did last night.
Absolutely. And he did. I mean, the expectation is they're going to turn things around. Anthony Davis will do just enough to get past the Suns. And with every passing day, with the expectation is LeBron is at least getting a little bit better for that final run. We saw the absence of Chris Paul is huge. That guy is single-handedly, and it's not like his backup didn't play well. It just the team was disjointed. And as well as Anthony Davis played, I was pretty impressed with Ayton. I thought he played respectably. The Suns are still in it, but you just get the feeling that that's a team that even if they lost, everything's okay. Their team is formed. They know who they are and who they're going to be. And whether Chris Paul stays or goes, it's not going to affect the long-term future of the Suns. They are headed upward. You look at the Clippers. If they lose first round, even second round, time for total reevaluation.
Blow it up.
You're watching Boston just get smoked and get beat by one of the others. I mean, it wasn't Kyrie that got him. It wasn't Durant. It was Joe Harris that just lights him up. Boston, we've talked about what are they going to do and whether Brad Stevens is still going to be around. Watching this uninspired performance, Jason, I'm against firing Brad Stevens because I think he's that good. But Boston's another team that's going to have to totally reevaluate and find some place to get rid of Kimba. I think that boat has sailed. I think he's done, man. He's not what he was, and it was very obvious again last night.
It's interesting because last night, the Brooklyn-Boston game wasn't even enjoyable to watch. Whatever the NBA did, putting the Mavs and Clippers on NBA TV, and then sometimes you'd go to the NBA TV and it's like somebody pushed the wrong button over there. Did you have that happen? I flipped over and it was like some old game. And I was like, well, wait, where's the Mavericks game? I went hunting for it and couldn't go back. And then when I came back, they had the game on and talked about technical difficulties. How does that happen?
They were playing a recorded old game?
It was like, oh, yeah, we forgot we were at a live game. National TV is not NBA TV. You've got TNT. And I know Lakers and Phoenix, they're whatever. That's the draw. It's the Lakers. I get that. I shouldn't have to hunt to find the Clippers Mavericks game.
I just turned on my TV and it was on an NBA channel. I would not have turned to it. I wouldn't have watched it. It just happened to be on.
Well, I was at TNT and no. All right. Well, where's that? I went to ESPN. Nope, not there. And then finally searching in the guide for the game. All right. Here we go. 216.
One of those way up there's.
Yeah, 216.
For me, NBA TV it's in the 200s, I think. It's in one of those way up there's, as we like to call it.
308.
Is that what it is
on Dish?
Is that what it is
no,
on Dish?
Spectrum.
Oh, yeah. See, on Direct, it's 216.
I'm not one of those fancy
which
people.
ESPN is at 206, and all the sports are right there in the 200s. Although TNT at 245. That's the one that always gets you.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. I have saved channels. I have my sport pack. You just hit it where it just rotates between that. And I just turned on the TV and it landed on NBA and I watched some bad basketball from Boston. Tonight we have Washington and Philadelphia. The Wizards, I thought, had something cooking. I think Philadelphia put them to sleep pretty quick. And what is turning out to be the two series that are going to be most interesting, I think, Atlanta, New York, and Memphis, Utah. Don't forget, we'll be talking with a play-by-play guy, Craig Bolerjack with the Utah Jazz. He's going to join us at 6:30. The Jazz, fun team to watch, home to Jordan Clarkson, the sixth man of the year in the NBA. I expect that the Jazz will find their depth now that as of now, Spiders are supposed to play.
He's playing.
Well, I would like to think, but we thought that on Monday.
Dr. Spider has spoken, and he is playing tonight. He has cleared himself for go.
Well, they better, because from what I've been reading, they made him mad, and I understand the anger. Sometimes discretion and valor get a little bit crossed up. He should have played, and I think they realized the moment they were walking off the court, he plays, we win, and there's not all the sweat that they're going to have to deal with after losing their the home court advantage.
If they lose tonight to the 8-seeded Grizzlies, and unfortunately here in San Antonio, as a 1 seed, the Spurs fell victim one time to the 8-seeded Memphis Grizzlies, but that's because Manu snapped his arm in that meaningless game against the Phoenix Suns. That's beside the point, but we've seen the Grizzlies as an 8 beat a 1. Unfortunately, we know what that feels like. This is must win for Utah, even though it's game 2.
We'll continue talking NBA all game long. We'll look at some golf at 4:45. The matches in place will tell you who's playing this year. But most importantly, you want to make sure you're going to be where you need to be by 5 o'clock, because we will have Keldon Johnson, young San Antonio Spur, in studio. We'll look at the season, look at him, and look at all things NBA with a great young star, an up-and-comer, one of our next greats for sure. Coming back, Maddie Sky will join us. It's time for Maddie Skyline. We're looking around San Antonio, all things fun and all things Maddie coming around the corner. You're on the Blitz, 1250 ESPN San Antonio, 94.5 FM, and on the go at ESPNSA.com.
Memorial Day weekend is this weekend. You're going to fire up the grill. You want to do like I am and put the best sausage on that grill you could find, and that is Kielbasa smoked sausage. Kielbasa is the best sausage on the market. It's the kind of sausage you could find in butcher shops back in the old days, and it's because the way they make their legendary smoked sausage at Kielbasa. It's made in small 150-pound batches with only fresh, high-quality ingredients, never frozen meat. They don't add fillers or chemicals that you can't pronounce. Then it is smoked over real hardwood, just the way it was done in 1949 when Kielbasa was started right here in San Antonio, and everything they make is made here in San Antonio, including their new smoked chicken sausage, which is fantastic. Kielbasa has a Hatch chili and cheddar smoked chicken sausage and a roasted garlic smoked chicken sausage. Fantastic. Available for a limited time, available only at their company store down on South Brazos Street. or you can order it online at KiaBassa.com. And you know, when you buy Kia Bassa brand sausage, you are getting the best, most authentic smoked sausage you will ever eat. Michael Kia Bassa guarantees it. If it's not the best, call him. He'll give you your money back. He puts his phone number on the back of every package sold. It's Memorial Day weekend. You're going to fire up the grill. Get some Kia Bassa today.
100% sports, 100% of the time. That's 200% sports.
Your math is blowing my mind.
San Antonio's sports leader. 1250 ESPN San Antonio and 94.5 FM. All day, every day.
If you were hurt in an accident, Thomas J. Henry can help. Let us help you get a rental car, make your medical appointments, and even advance money on qualifying cases. If you've been hurt, start your claim today at tjhlaw.com/radio. That's tjhlaw.com/radio, San Antonio, Texas.
Hey folks, Bob at Barbecue Outfitters, and now through Memorial Day is our Gear Up for Summer sale. Barbecue Outfitters is your Central Texas, locally owned barbecue grill shop for 23 years running. We're gearing up for the backyard with specials on the Big Green Egg, Kamado Joe, Weber Grills, and all our 5 different brands of pellet grills, including Traeger and Yoder. Barbecue Outfitters has the barbecue rubs, cookbooks, smoking woods, charcoal, and accessories for all your backyard barbecue adventures. Also in focus at Barbecue Outfitters is the built-in outdoor kitchen with contractor pricing for all outdoor kitchen packages to the public through Memorial Day. Our showroom has the best names in the business, including Lynx, Twin Eagles, Fire Magic, DCS, Heston, and more. Barbecue Outfitters has been helping Central Texans be a backyard culinary hero since 1998. Barbecue Outfitters on 1604 at Chavano Park next to the Ridge Shopping Center. And at bbqoutfitters.com, come check out our Gear Up for Summer Memorial Day sale.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider and are only available if the provider determines a prescription is appropriate. Subscription required. See website for full details and important safety information.
Hey guys, good news. The outrageously expensive little blue pill is now generic, which means you can get the prescription medication to treat ED at affordable prices. And Hims makes it extra affordable. You pay just $30 for a month's supply. And right now, get your first online doctor's visit totally free. 4hims.com/radio. That's right. Free, zero copay, no expensive appointments, no awkward face-to-face conversations to get your prescription. Hims connects you to doctors online who can evaluate you and, if appropriate, prescribe your ED medication. And a pharmacy sends it right to your door. Hims makes it affordable, private, and incredibly easy. Nobody likes dealing with ED. Now, thanks to Hims, nobody has to. And that's really good news. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, 4hims.com/radio. That's 4hims.com/radio for your free online visit. FORHIMS.com/RADIO.
Summer, it's almost here, but Memorial Day savings are already at the Home Depot. In-store, online, store-wide. Like 5 bags of garden fresh mulch for just $10. Save on everything from flower beds to a fresh coat of paint. From power tools to ceiling fans. Ready, set, summer. Memorial Day savings, here now, only at the Home Depot. How doers get more done. Limit 75 bags per customer. Color selection varies by store. While supplies last, Continental U.S. only.
Goodyear knows the importance of keeping momentum as you head down the stretch. Momentum starts with movement. It's pulled from the air like a contested rebound. Momentum builds with steals and fast breaks, and is proven by deep threes as the shot clock expires. Momentum is how we change the game. And now it's time to discover where it can take us. Goodyear, more driven.
Looking at what's going on in the city of San Antonio. It's Maddie's Skyline. Yeah, it's Maddie's
It is the
Skyline.
Blitz. And as Iris tells you, it is time for Maddie's Skyline. We'd like to welcome on the show Maddie Sky. She writes for mysa.com. She is the best and most influential Twitter follow in all of San Antonio if you want to keep up with stuff. And now she adds yet another onto the list of accomplishments. She has been named a grant recipient with the Ira Lippman Center for Journalism from the Columbia School of Journalism. Congratulations, Maddie. That's tall cotton. How long was this in the making?
I saw the application go up around January, and it's something that I think is important to the way I found it. I'm part of a Facebook group that focuses on Latina journalists, and somebody had posted in the Facebook group and said, let's get some Latinas in there. And, I come from, my background is TV. So for me, things like this are always a stretch. Sometimes I still feel like the underdog journalist. So I didn't really have any big hopes of getting it, but I applied anyway a couple months ago. And lo and behold, I got, I didn't get the fellowship that I originally applied for, but I did get the grant. And that is just amazing news for me and amazing news for San Antonio to be able to have that support of Columbia to look into something this important, which is economic segregation and redlining in San Antonio. So I think that's really important.
So
that we have that.
What's the time frame on this?
So the fellowships are due, I think, in October. So I'm assuming around the same time. We're still in the beginning process of getting set up, like the onboarding process, I guess, with our, the cool thing is I get to access Columbia's library of information. So that's what we're getting set up and all logistics right now.
So when you're this project you're working on, it's in addition to what you're already doing for mysa.com and the San Antonio Express News. You're not leaving. You're not
That's
going
correct.
anywhere.
No.
You're just going to be working longer hours and more work. But with what you're doing for Columbia University, which is an incredible journalism school, it's the gold standard. Will we see what you end up doing for Columbia in the Express News?
Yes, I believe so. And there will be a mention of the Columbia funding in it. So I'll be a lot busier. But the cool thing is the response from the city, as usual, is just amazing. I've gotten so many messages and DMs and texts from people from all different realms, from policymakers to teachers, people in healthcare about, tapping people that I should get in contact with. So we already have the ball rolling, and I already have a lot of ideas about who I want to talk to. And of course, policymakers are important because we need to talk about how we are going to fix this moving forward. So I'm excited.
It has been an issue in San Antonio for as long as I can remember. The redlining, especially the near west side and near south side, has been an awful, awful segregation idea that's not ever really gone away. And as you shed more and more light on it, I think it's going to anger some people, and things will finally start heading in the right direction. Maddie Sky, the recipient of a wonderful award. We can't wait to see the output from that, the earning of the grant. Do you get like a special hat or parking place or something that signifies you as a Lipman grantee?
I don't know. I hope so. That would be nice. I thought about buying myself a little Columbia hat or something.
You get a pen.
That's too.
You get a pen.
Too frivolous.
You get a really nice writing pen, but you get a pen.
That works.
Columbia, what are they? Powder blue? I think that's
Columbia blue, my friend.
Oh,
Columbia.
Is that really
blue.
what it is? Columbia blue? Okay, there we go. So what is Carolina blue?
Yeah.
Is it Carolina blue or powder blue?
Columbia blue.
So what are the Houston Oilers? Is that Oiler blue or is that powder blue?
Columbia blue.
What are the San Diego, the LA Chargers? What are they?
So it depends on which ones they're wearing. They're dark blue or they're Columbia blue.
Powder blue.
It's powder. It's not Columbia.
Ask Columbia.
Well,
it's
ask
Columbia.
Columbia.
You have Columbia blue in your shirt.
I guess so do you.
No, mine's a little brighter blue.
Oh,
mine wouldn't qualify as
His is
Columbia.
royal.
Yes,
Oh,
mine's
Let's
royal.
segue.
She is our royal. She is Maddie Sky. All right. So over the last week, lots of good news coming down the pike for sure. As we open more and more up, Fiesta is in full play for sure. And tickets have gone on sale so far, right? What do we know about social distancing or anything like that? Or are we going to be full in when they open up the Nyosa gates?
From what I'm hearing, it's going to be, from what I gather, not what I'm hearing, I think that it's going to be pretty close to the norm. But I did read that in these dense areas, which, Nyosa is dense by nature, they want you to wear your masks. So I don't know, I guess. But the good thing is we hit 1 million first doses administered in San Antonio. So if we could play Lil Wayne, a milli, that would be perfect, but I know we can. But yeah, so congratulations, San Antonio. That's about roughly half of the population here, eligible population. So let's keep it going and get everybody vaccinated before Fiesta. I also think that there are going to be some opportunities to actually get your shot at a Fiesta event. So you can take shots and get your COVID shot, I guess.
Shots for shots?
Yeah. Tequila and
Yes,
Pfizer. Let's go.
Oh, take out the COVID. That's always been my recipe. Feeling a little bad? Take a shot. She is Maddie Sky joining us here on ESPN San Antonio. So we're as we are apt to do as professional talk radio hosts, we plan the show. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. But this one we did. And Maddie, we were seeing what she was going to talk about, and she sent me a story that goes back to 1977. Now, first of all, why on earth would you even be looking at that unless you were nosing around the Columbia School of Broadcasting library? Why would you be? Why is this even news? Because it's a remarkable story that I hadn't thought about in years about a socialite from L.A. getting buried in her fancy car here in San Antonio back in 1977. Huh?
Well, we started this new series. It usually comes out on Wednesdays about like Curious San Antonio. And I kind of go back to our archives and pick these really peculiar, sorry, I cannot say that word, stories, or just stories that stuck out in San Antonio's history and going back to it, or interesting characters. I think last week was the Fiesta Sucia, which wasn't too far back in our history. But so today we did Sandra West, which was a nice segue from your powder blue mention, because she got buried in her powder blue Ferrari 44 years ago, roughly to the date. Her burial date was May 18th, so around would have been last week. So yeah, she was a socialite from Beverly Hills, died of conflicting causes. Some people say it was from a car accident. Some people say it was a fatal overdose. But her final wish was to be buried in her Ferrari at the Alamo Cemetery on Center Street near the east side. So she's buried in a cement box in her car in the front seat in her negligee near her oil tycoon husband. So the thing that I want to find out that maybe I can do a little bit more digging into is why they chose San Antonio.
Well, I'm more concerned. So there's still a 1977 or 76 Ferrari that's just
don't get any ideas.
Got a shovel?
In a cement box. It's going to cement box. You're not going to pull it out, and you're going to find a corpse.
Well,
I mean, it might hurt the resale value, but I get a Ferrari.
Yeah,
well preserved.
So how did it? We don't know why they chose San Antonio. She was kind of from here.
Well, I think her Texas connection is her husband,
right?
An oil tycoon.
So they were living around here.
She was well known in Beverly Hills. She wasn't. They had to fly her body to San Antonio. So the ceremony took place 2 months after her death. She actually died in March.
Anybody actually see them bury the car? If they flew her back, who drove the car?
I remember this. I hate to say I'm that old, but in 1977, I was 12.
I thought you were around.
I mean, it's like that guy that buried Cadillacs in Amarillo. I mean,
this one's all the way under.
All the way under.
We don't get to see
what
the
a
tail
waste
end.
of a good Ferrari.
Well, she did go in.
I think there's actually two cars. She was like entombed, like with all her jewels and stuff. So I think there's two cars is what I read.
So you're telling me over at the Alamo Cemetery over off on the Near East Side, there is a cement box some 6 feet under full of Ferraris and jewels?
Maybe. Now you're
well, I know. I mean, like the treasure hunters,
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, you've heard of Pick and Pull.
Sounds like a Discovery series right now. I think we could get some funding for that as we sit. Maddie Sky joining us here on ESPN San Antonio. If you're new to us, she joins us every Wednesday and gets us caught up on all things San Antonio. And, over the last, I don't know how long this has been going on recently, but over the last 4 years or so, 5 years or so, the state of Texas and the Daughters of the Texas Republic and who runs the Alamo, it has been a mess. We can't figure out how we want to improve it. We know we want to improve it, but we don't know where the money's going to go, and we don't want to tear down any buildings, and we don't want to affect tourism. And it's turned into this tug of war between the state, the city, and all those that are in between. Where are we sitting right now with the redoing of the Alamo?
That's a loaded question, because honestly, it's hard for me to keep up sometimes.
Right.
But I do know that because it's such a back and forth thing, and is the cenotaph being moved? Is it not being moved? And then now it's getting down even to like the exhibit literature and how things are explained in the exhibits. And I just read a New York Times article that covered a bill that is, I think, proposed. It's like I don't know what stage it's in, forgive me, but it basically wants to remove any mention of slavery from the Alamo history. So, and just talk about the defenders and the war. So obviously that's controversial, but this conflict is reaching, national levels. I think Wall Street Journal also wrote something about the Alamo. So you raise a good story, AJ. Maybe we should do like a things to know about where the Alamo conflict stands right now.
Well, then we add in that extra bit of Phil Collins and his massive amount of Alamo memorabilia.
His collection is incredible.
Well, it's been called incredible, and it's also been called not so much. There's some thought that he might not have everything that we think he has, and it's not as big as we want, but there's a lot of money involved in that as well. Who'd have thought Phil Collins would have been thrown into the mix with the redoing of our Alamo? Any new restaurants you have that you have been invited to for grand openings or gone and tasted?
I did see one opening at the Rim that is Italian that I'll be looking into, I think, next week. We have the 3-Star Bar opening near Hello Paradise on Grayson Street. There's Hugman's Oasis that just opened. That's a really cool spot.
Robert H.A.
downtown on the Riverwalk. Yes.
Here we go.
Here
we go.
I'll save that for the tour.
Also, I think he's buried near Sandra West, is what I saw in the archive.
In a Pinto.
No, in a riverboat. He's just on top of a boat. They just put him down under there. Okay, Maddie, we do have a brand new tourist attraction that has opened up in River Center Mall, correct? It's a big aquarium or something like this?
It's Sea Life Aquarium, and you can make so many funny or like cringy puns about that. It's making waves. It's official.
Here we go.
But it did open after, like, I think it's been since 2019 they've tried opening it. First, there were all these probably like logistical setbacks, and then obviously the pandemic was probably a setback, but it's finally open. And I think the cool thing is that it has an underwater tunnel, so you can walk through it.
And it's on the Riverwalk?
It's at the old Joskies.
It's in River.
Really?
It's in River Center, yeah.
Well, good, because San Antonio needs a good aquarium, and I'm not talking about the one
where
on
the things
Bandera
keep
where,
escaping and-
you know, when
stealing
somebody
the fish.
stole the shark, right? I mean, you know, so a cool aquarium downtown, I'm down.
Yeah, it'd be cool to take. I mean, it's a cool, especially because it's an indoor thing. I'm all about indoor stuff in the summer.
She needs her AC.
So-
In the middle of August,
Yeah.
if you tell me that it only takes $25 to leave the heat of the river in downtown San Antonio to go walk through an aquarium, I'm down. That's what every parent's thinking.
Yeah.
It's inside with air conditioning. We're in because.
Yes.
Have you had a chance to go through it?
I haven't. No.
I mean, have they had like a soft open? I've seen some pictures, but are people able to go in right now?
Yes, it's officially open to the public. There was a soft opening for the media on Monday, but we sent a freelancer or photographer to cover that, to take the photos. But I do have a nephew, so maybe I'll get out there with him.
Maddie Sky here on ESPN San Antonio. One last thing before we let you go. Tony Parker is getting ready to go compete yet again. I did not know this about him, and I should, but he is going to go play in the World Series of Poker. He's going to go try to win himself a bracelet.
Yeah, and the cool thing is that he won a local competition here that was like a charity poker tournament.
Did he just
event,
buy the
and
pot
that's it.
over and over?
No, he won. He can play.
Okay,
He's a player.
These are terms that I'm starting to learn because I'm not really big into poker. But yes, I guess you could say that primed him for his Vegas debut. But he's the first qualified player for the World Series of Poker main event happening in November. And I spoke to the director at Caesars, and he says that Tony Parker is very excited, and he is expecting him to roll through with a lot of French athletes. So I'm sure it's going to be really ritzy and glam and a big old event.
He's going to show up with
November.
Boris. He's going to show up with Boris, and they're going to be sipping coffee and bidding with Franks.
Right.
Vegas and coffee? I don't think so.
Well, you can have the iced coffee. Maddie, once again, congratulations. This was a serious honor and one that was well-deserved. I'm excited to see the output from this. Maddie Sky of mysa.com was here for her regular, and we'll have her back next Wednesday because now, she's one of those highfalutin Columbia journalist types.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, guys.
Hey, thanks for stopping by, Maddie. Take care of yourself. We'll see you next week. Maddie Sky every week here on ESPN San Antonio. So the match has been set. And Tom Brady called it a Super Bowl champion, or two old guys versus a scientist. Which one of the scientists in this group?
I don't know.
And and Aaron Rodgers. Let's talk some golf and a made-for-TV event that is perfect for the time. It'll come up next here on the Blitz. Don't forget, Keldon Johnson, San Antonio Spur, will be live in our studio in just a couple of minutes. You want to make sure you're tuned in wherever you might be. You're on the Blitz, 1250 ESPN San Antonio, 94.5 FM, and on the go at ESPNSA.com.
You know, with the weekend coming up for Memorial Day, you know you're going to fire up the grill. You know you want the best meat on that grill, so you better get into Tri-County Meat Market. They have 2 locations, locally owned, full service. They have carefully selected certified prime Angus beef cuts, Wagyu upper choice, everything you need to up that grilling game: beef, chicken, pork, fajitas, poppers, your beef ribs, your baby backs, your St. Louis ribs. They got it all there for your barbecue this weekend.
It is Super Bowl weekend for the grilling. This is how you're going to kick off the majors that's going on this weekend. So Tri-County, they got you set up. Weekend specials: Wagyu brisket at $8.99 a pound, Wagyu plate ribs at $9.99 a pound. Jason, that's what I will be cooking on the weekend. I'm having some big old ribs. Tri-County always offers a 10% discount for military and first responders, our police, our firemen, and our EMTs. You walk in, you get 10% off those already low deals. Don't forget about your 5 for $25. You'll fill your cupboard and have a couple of meals with just $25. Tri-County Meat Market has 2 locations: Ralph Fair Road, just outside of 1604 Scenic Drive, and a great place to go shop, or Heebner, just to the east of I-10. Go check out their website, tricountymeat.com.
Hey, don't get left out of the conversation. I wouldn't be able to sleep at night if you did. Follow us on Facebook at ESPN San Antonio and on Twitter at ESPN_SA. And of course, on the go at ESPNSA.com. 1250 ESPN San Antonio and 94.5 FM.
O'Reilly. Right now at O'Reilly Auto Parts, get up to a $15 gift card after mail-in rebate when you purchase select Superstart batteries. With the power and capacity your vehicle demands, Superstart batteries are designed for lasting performance and consistent starts. Turn the key with confidence with Superstart batteries only at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
For 37 years, Mother's Window Tint has been the Texas All-Star for window tint, car stereos, and auto security. Mother's Window Tint, your car stereo and auto security headquarters, is saving you money right now. Stop more heat for less dollars with tint as dark as you want. We carry over 60 different professional films. Car thieves are stealing catalytic converters more than ever, so get a car alarm from Mother's that will even start your car by remote control. Save $100. Streaming music and your favorite podcast is easier and cheaper than ever with a new Alpine car stereo or Kicker speakers or a JVC amplifier. At Mother's Window Tint super discount stores in Austin and San Antonio, they're all on sale. No time limit layaway. Open Tuesday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. MothersWindowTint.com. Follow us on Facebook. Mother's Window Tint. Remember, do it at Mother's and save.
Slackers Sports and Arcade Bar, your home to 7 days a week happy hour. Come eat, drink, and socialize safely at all 4 Slackers Sports and Arcade Bar locations. And now you can join us bright and early at the newest location, Slackers Medical Center. Now opens at 7 a.m. to serve our valued medical community. Nurses, doctors, frontline workers, and staff, we thank you. Slackers Medical Center at Fredericksburg and Medical Drive. Visit slackersbarssa.com for more info. Slackers Sports and Arcade Bar, now with 4 area locations to quench your thirst.
Want to hear how easy it is to get rid of those black streaks on your roof with spray and forget? Check this out. This is you spraying your roof. And this is you forgetting about it. That's it. No scrubbing, no rinsing. It does the work for you. Those stains caused by algae, mold, and mildew will disappear over time. Works on asphalt, wood, slate, and clay roofs. So you can just forget about it. Spray and forget. Available at the Home Depot, Lowe's, Ace Hardware, and Menards.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
What are you working on today? You could be helping us help customers. We're hiring thousands of new AutoZoners to fill manager roles, driver spots, warehouse jobs, and sales team positions. More than half of AutoZone's store managers are promoted from within. With hundreds of new stores and more than 7,000 new management opportunities every year, AutoZone provides opportunity to drive your career. Apply today at careers.autozone.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
It is the Blitz. Welcome on to ESPN San Antonio. Don't mind the brake lights. We're going to get you all the way home. And you better go find a place to sit and park, get off the road, pull up a device, and get ready to watch ESPNSA.com, because that's where the Blitz is broadcasting live. And in about 8 minutes, Keldon Johnson, he of the San Antonio Spurs, will be in studio with us for a bit. We're going to talk all about his life in this season and last with the Spurs. So you want to be there. Jump on our ESPNSA Twitter feed. If you have any questions, at Jason Minix, at Rob Thompson ESPN, we'll do our very best to forward those to Keldon.
But I got a question.
Yeah.
How much do you think he jumps when you come into the segment?
He's pretty calm.
I normally save that for the Super Bowl when we're surrounded by folks, but we might blast him out of here. So it was announced this morning that the match, its next iteration will be in play. Phil Mickelson will return, and he will play with Tom Brady. Bryson DeChambeau and Aaron Rodgers will make up the whiniest of golf pairs in a long time, and they're going to go at it later on. And that just kind of spurred what we've talked about over the last couple of days, the relationship that Bryson DeChambeau has with Koepka. And as it was announced, those two started sniping the way only country club boys can.
Well, Brooks Koepka tweets, "Sorry, bro," at Aaron Rodgers, and Bryson responds, at Brooks, "Nice to be living rent-free in your head." and then even Phil jumps in with, and I don't have it in front of me, but basically I feel like I'm in the middle of something I should be, but they wanted the PGA champ involved in all caps. It's great. Golf needs this.
DeChambeau is, I like Brian. I like him. I think I like him. But this is going to be a strange mix. This is going to be one of those that's going to move golf on the popularity meter. It's not going to make them more popular, but it's going to widen the audience. Because if they continue to trash talk like this, especially on Twitter, which I do expect this isn't going to go away, and I fully expect to see Brady continue the tweeting, and Phil certainly is going to continue to be Phil. I don't know about Aaron. That as we get closer and closer to the actual event, it's going to widen the spectrum of golf fans. And while we were talking about who's going to be the next, if they can't find the next, I think they're going to have to do events like this and personalize the golfers. If they're not going to have the superstar for us to judge, you're going to have to open the door and let me know these people. Let me find the ones I like. Let me find the ones I dislike, not so much about their game, but about their personality, like we do in NBA and everything else.
And it's nice to know that these two guys don't like each other. They're not shy about it. So you've got a good rivalry growing. So as a golf fan, you just pray they get paired up. And boy, could you imagine a tournament where they're both playing in the final group on a Sunday? A tournament is on the line, and those two guys are going shot for shot. That's must-watch television.
They get to carry an extra club to use on each other. The special dispensation from the PGA. Hey, we're excited about our next guest. Kelden Johnson has been one of the few shining lights over the last couple of years. His game has improved. He has become part of the fabric that is San Antonio, along with the other young dudes, and he will take his place amongst the many other great San Antonio Spurs in just a couple of minutes as he comes and sits in the Blitz studio, and we get a chance to get to know Keldon on the reel. So hold on tight, guys. Find a place to settle in. It'll be live on ESPNSA.com, live on our Facebook feed. Go check it out. Keldon Johnson in studio next here on the Blitz, 1250 ESPN San Antonio, 94.5 FM, and on the go at ESPNSA.com.
Howdy, San Antonio. Chip Ingram from the Roo Pub and the Angry Elephant, inviting you to come out and enjoy patio season. We have newly remodeled patios, garage doors, and everything else you need to enjoy this great South Texas weather. As always, ice cold beer and specialty drinks. Happy hours daily from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. And our kitchen is open from 11 a.m. to 2 a.m. See you soon at the Roo Pub and the Angry Elephant at 281 and Redland Road.
Injuries happen, so if you twist, pull, pop, or snap something, you need Dr. David Espinosa at TSAOG Orthopedics. Dr. Espinosa treats all non-surgical orthopedic injuries and has same-day and next-day availability. Telemedicine services are also available. There is no reason to be in pain. If you are hurting, visit Dr. David Espinosa at TSAOG Orthopedics. Learn more at TSAOG.com. That's TSAOG.com, or schedule your appointment by calling 210-804-5490.
This is Rob Thompson. I'm with my brother, Jason, my lawyer. He's with the Thompson Law Firm. Now, Jason, I got a question for you. I see lawyer advertisements, billboards, TV. How do I choose a lawyer?
I see the exact same advertisements, and it would be tough, I think, if you don't have a relationship with an attorney deciding who to pick. I think the things that you need to think about are whether or not the law firm and the lawyer I hire will be my lawyer. And what I mean by that is not a face on a billboard, but never actually seeing that lawyer. I'm talking about hiring the lawyer that I want to represent me. And so when you come in, I am the one that meets you, and I will take you through every step of the process. I will handle the insurance companies. I will help you with your recovery. I will take you through that entire process. And knowing full well that that is my client, not just for today, but for the rest of their life.
Be smart. Protect yourself and your family. Call Jason Thompson, a lawyer for us. 210-900-0400. That's 210-900-0400 or alawyer4us.com.
This is for the men who never settle, the ones who miss the fairway all day and still pull out the big stick, the type of guys who will always prefer to be behind the grill than in front of the camera, and the men who never let their friends forget about a high school nickname. This is the Lodge mentality. This is Twin Peaks.
Will the King take home the crown, or can the East make another stand? Come into Twin Peaks to catch all the games that will impact the push for the playoffs.
Bottom of the ninth, 2 outs, bases loaded.
This is what it's all about.
And here's the pitch. Oh, a deep drive to center, way back. This could go all the...
And now a message from our sponsor.
Bundle your home and auto with Progressive for great savings and round-the-clock protection. Progressive.
I can't believe it. Did that really just happen?
Folks, you'll never forget where you were when you heard that call.
Progressive. There's never a bad time for great protection. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Bundle discount not available in all states or situations.
It's so on. The SiriusXM Listen Free event is happening now. Just press the Sat button in your car to hear over 100 channels, including ad-free music of every kind, plus sports play-by-play and talking news for everyone. Enjoy even more free when you download the SXM app. Hear expertly curated podcasts, ad-free extra channels of music for any mood, SiriusXM video, and the ability to create your own Pandora music stations. Don't miss out. Listen free now.
From the Mother's Window Tint Studios. Online at motherswindowtint.com. 1250 ESPN San Antonio and 94.5 FM KZDC San Antonio. Jason Minutes, Rob Thompson, The Blitz.
It is The Blitz here on 1250 ESPN San Antonio. 94.5 FM, and if you're on the go, you got to slow down. Go to ESPNSA.com, watch us live, and when you tune in, you will see the ridiculous face of Rob Thompson. That's me and Jason Minix, and the good-looking guy sitting to my left, or underneath, I guess. That's Kelden Johnson, the San Antonio Spurs, joining us live in studio. Kelden, thanks for taking time off of the vacation, sitting in with us for a few minutes.
It's my pleasure. Thank you for having me here.
Did he scare you with the open a little bit?
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that. You got me with that one. I jumped a little bit.
Yeah. He's everybody's hype man. If you were a little sleepy, you're not now, right?
He woke me up.
He woke you up. He did that. Well, no, we mentioned vacation. It's weird in San Antonio for the Spurs not to still be playing, right?
Yeah.
But the fact that the season ends and you're not off to a beach somewhere, like if it were me, I wouldn't be nowhere to be found, but there would be water and sand somewhere.
Yeah.
No vacation for you.
Nah, not really. I feel like just getting my body back right. It was a time crunch in the season. You know what I'm saying? We had a lot of games in a short amount of time, but just getting my body right and making the next step to next season so we can have a successful season.
So as you get your body right, what does that mean? You just relaxing? Have you picked up a ball? You've been on a court in the last week?
No, not really. I just a lot of treatments, you know what I'm saying? Getting right and just getting the nicks and bruises out so that once training camp come or our summer sessions, I'll be ready to go.
So let's talk about this year. A year unlike anybody's ever experienced. We talk about it every day. We would hear, Zoom press conferences, which is weird. It's, by the way, nice to see a Spur player in person, face to face. That's not at the store or something. But we haven't done this in so long. But what was it like from the player standpoint, dealing with COVID, from the daily testing to what it was like on the road? Take us like truly through what it was like for you guys.
Well, we usually get tested like 2 to 3 times a day, depending on the day. So, we had a lot of protocols, but we'd rather be having to do all these protocols than
Absolutely.
to not be playing. I feel like that was like the lowest point of like not being able to play and then wondering when we're going to go back to playing. So I feel like all the testing and things like that, I feel like, at least for me, like it was no problem because I wanted to play so bad.
He's Keldon Johnson sitting in with us here on ESPN San Antonio. Keldon, as the season was brutal. I mean, it was awful for everybody involved. I mean, literally. But, as we are coming back into the studio and as the world starts to kick into gear, we are finding that there were some things that we were forced to do that actually worked out pretty well. Was there anything over the last year that you were forced to do that you think, you know what? Maybe a Zoom meeting here and there isn't such a bad thing, or maybe this isn't such a bad thing. Is there anything that you learned that you go, hey, let's hold on to this?
I couldn't really point any, like one thing out because everything was so virtual. Like it was no meeting nobody in person. So you know what I'm saying? It was always like, all right, well, you're gonna have a meeting with this guy or this woman over the Zoom call or something like that. So it was like you kind of miss having like regular conversations with people, whether it's laughing rather than just over the Zoom call.
Now, if it's a film session with Pop, is it better in person or over Zoom?
Either way. If you're messing up and you're on the film, he's gonna get you either way. Zoom will not save you from Coach Pop.
How was Pop over Zoom?
Pop is Pop.
He figured it out, right?
Yeah, Pop is Pop. I feel like he's gonna be himself regardless if it's a Zoom call or if it's live in person.
Kelden Johnson sitting in with us. And we think about, the games and the crush of games and night in and night out, 2 and 3, and all those things that we thought the NBA was trying to get away from, and they packed everything in this year. You talked about getting your body right and bumps and bruises and certainly all the other issues that you had to go through this season. As you get ready for next year, as you had to go through this season, and we heard Pop talking a lot about, we didn't get a chance to practice. It was all game after game and Zoom meeting and getting a flight and fly over. As you spend the next couple of months getting ready, what's the thought about practice? I mean, how much do you miss it or how much did you need it?
We definitely needed it as a group. Because we were hitting like wall after wall because we had so many, whether it's injuries or we had COVID here or COVID there. So it was just hard for us to have like a full team and being healthy. But I think practice would have helped tremendously.
Did you miss it?
Yeah, for sure. Because practice is where you learn most of your things at. But this season was a lot of learning on the fly and correcting things in game. Because we didn't really have time to sit down and really just practice and go over certain things.
It's so strange because Pop has always preached practice through all the years, right? And now you don't get it. A lot of players, some like practice every now and then, but most guys don't like practice. To hear you say we needed it, that tells me how difficult things really were. Is that fair?
Definitely, for sure. I feel like we all wanted to win, and I feel like that more practice would have helped us sharpen up on some things, But like I said in interviews before, we persevered. We kept fighting. We didn't give up. And I'm proud of my team, my teammates, my coaches, training staff, everybody for that. Because it was hard, but we still fought through it, and we had a chance to be in the playoffs. We were right there, and we just came up short.
Keldon Johnson sitting in with the Blitz here on ESPN San Antonio. So taking me through a day on the road, because I had this picture of you guys landing someplace, getting bussed to your hotel in like a hazmat suit, rolling into your hotel room, and they just kind of put the tape around the doors like my old coaches did so you couldn't leave. I mean, did you just travel? I mean, how did you make your day pass? Or did you get to see anybody?
We see each other.
Well, that was a concern. We weren't even sure if you guys were able to hang out other than, on the flight and in the bus. But once you got to the hotel, you were just kind of put in a hole and told, bus leaves at 6.
Yeah, we got to talk. We had our eating areas and we got to talk to each other and things like that. But we had masks on all the time. When we're going place to place, we make sure we had our mask on and we were taking the right protocols. But I mean, like I said before, it's better. We'd rather take those protocols than not being able to play, you know?
So as much as I mean, for all of us, this literally is the second day that Rob and I have done a show together in studio in over a year. For the last year, I've been sitting at my kitchen table talking into an iPad, looking at him on the other side. And there's some normalcy coming back to it. It feels right. So even while you were going through all that, you're an NBA player, and you haven't been in the league long enough to know what it was like pre-COVID, but you're a big-time athlete. You know what it's like. And to go, this is it, right? You can't leave the hotel. Your hotel was nice, but you couldn't leave the room.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't really bother me. I feel like, I stay in my room. 90%.
Playing video games?
Yeah.
Playing video?
Oh, my God, I love
So what does the team play? Are you Call of Duty? What are y'all doing on the road?
Call of Duty for sure.
Is it? All right.
Yeah, almost the whole team plays Call of Duty.
Who's the best?
Me.
You?
For sure, 100%. If anybody tell you any different, they're not telling the truth.
Well, let's throw that gamer tag out. We'll find out. we might just have to have a little bit of a rumble at some point.
Yeah.
He's Keldon Johnson.
Who is second best?
Drew Eubanks.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
Me and Drew play together though. We like a dynamic duo, but I'm a little bit better.
What about the older guys? Those guys play?
A little bit. Not as much as us, but they get on there.
Like Patty isn't sitting down playing.
No. Patty's not playing.
I didn't think so. What about DeMar?
DeMar's not good.
No, I didn't think so.
DeMar played, but he's not good.
Well,
does he know he's not good?
Oh, he knows when he's laying dead.
He just play for fun.
Well, I mean,
when he gets sniped 2 minutes in, he knows he's not very good.
There's some people though that aren't good, probably shouldn't play, that think they're badass, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Keldon Johnson sitting in with us here on ESPN San Antonio. I want to get up and get into how you became who you are. You came out of Eastern Virginia, in the Tidewater area, right?
A little bit south.
A little bit south.
Hill.
You're south of Richmond, right? You're kind of, okay.
We down in the country, man. South Hill, 434.
Is it country?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you're kind of in San Antonio. I mean, this country's country.
Yeah, I love it out here.
So you grow up there, and there is the. I come from kind of a basketball background, and I know the Virginia is Boo Williams. Everybody he is the disciple. He brings the hoops. That formed your game. What is it about Virginia basketball, and specifically Boo Williams, that took you to Kentucky? Well, let's go to first. It took you to Oak Hill, played for Coach Smith. Took you to Coach Cal in Kentucky, and then took you with Pop. And that mentality that I've always been told that Eastern Virginia has in basketball, is that real? And what did Coach Smith and what did Coach Cal do to bring that out? And for you to be what you are with Coach Pop?
Man, I feel like with Coach Smith and Coach
Steve
Kyle,
Smith, by the way, is the head coach of Oak Hill Academy.
Yeah, Steve Smith. So they're all honest,
Mm-hmm.
first of all. Like, honest. They didn't sugarcoat anything. And, they had so many great players. So it's like, when they tell you something, it's like, why would I take offense to it? You know what I'm saying? So I felt like they all coached me hard. They all, even with Boo Williams, I feel like I was held to a high standard. And, just going out there to perform, you can't take no days off. And, they just really pushed me. They didn't make no day comfortable. They made it uncomfortable. And I felt that really made me the best player that I could be.
And it feels like you sought that out because Coach Cal doesn't give you a day off. And certainly Pop ain't the one that give you any slack or any excuse. So did you seek that kind of hard coaching out?
For sure. I felt like when I was in high school, like when I started with AAU, our coaches were we had Coach Boo, and then we had like some younger coaches on the staff, not like young, but like younger, and they were like real like active with us. So like they would coach us really hard. So I knew like that I felt like Coach Cal was gonna push me the most, So when I went there, it was just like, all right, every day it was something different, like everyday practice was harder than the day before, and we had to compete. And then just coming up to the Spurs and even being in Austin, it was still like from Austin to San Antonio, it was the same standards. Like they would stay on you, they're breaking down film, they'll let you know what you're doing right and what you're doing wrong. And even while you're down in Austin, you still have the coaches from San Antonio reaching out to you. So I felt like every place that I went, it was like, all right, they're still gonna hold me to a high standard. So everywhere I go, I gotta perform.
Sounds like it requires a certain level of mental toughness to take that. You call it honesty. Some people might wonder, why is coach always ripping me? Yeah. Your game is never as good as you think it is, right? So where does the mental toughness come from?
I mean, I feel like growing up, I mean, my dad was a truck driver, my mom was a nurse, and I mean, nothing ever broke their spirit. Everything they did was for me and my brothers and sisters. And just knowing how hard they work, it showed me that, you know, with the game of basketball, I can be wherever I wanted to be with it. And I'm never let nothing deter me. I stayed focused. I knew that, I mean, every day my dad was going to call me after every game in high school and college and let me know what he thought, you know what I'm saying? So, like, I mean, I was just determined, you know, and I got a great supporting cast. I feel like to my friends, my family, my mom, dad, everybody, they know that I always know they want what's best for me. So if they're telling me something, it's not for any other reason.
So with people in your group of friends, your inner circle, not just coaches.
Yeah.
Do you want guys around that are yes guys, that whatever you say, or do you want guys, your friends, to be honest?
My friend's honest. They're gonna tell me if they don't agree. They're gonna let you know.
See the size of a security guard.
I saw one of them. I ain't worried about one of them. The other one, you know, he can say what he wants. The other guy, you know, I mean, but
Keldon's got to be tough because I'm not sure his security's gonna be able to take care of it. I'm just saying.
No, but they honest. I promise. My friends, my head goes off to them. There's never a day where they don't say how they feel. And if I ask them about a situation, I know it's not going to just be yeah, Kelden, you go do that. It's like, if they don't agree with it, they're going to let me know.
But you know, and we've seen Rob and I through our careers talking to different athletes. Some athletes just want to surround themselves with people that always tell them how great they are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I've been trying to do that for years. I'm fine.
Good luck.
I can't.
But I mean, but
I need a liar.
You know, so you want guys that will just not always agree with you.
Yeah, for sure. And especially like after a game, like, because like my friends play basketball and they watch basketball and things like that. So after a game, it is just not like, he's never like good game, like, you know what I'm saying? It's always like you know, you could have did this, that. Or,
man, you suck tonight. What happened?
Yeah,
right? You get
or some days it's like that, and it's like, yeah, I know I ain't playing my best, but just knowing it's not gonna be somebody like, oh, you play good tonight. It's like my friends are like, nah, like, you didn't do your best tonight. Like, let's go get in the gym or let's do this to get better. You know what I'm saying?
That's a friend.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be honest with you. He's Keldon Johnson. He's sitting here with ESPN San Antonio. We'll go to break. Keldon will be right back. I want to find out about the Mustang, whether you appreciate that or not. And I want to know the best win and the worst loss you've ever been a part of, high school, college, or pro. Keldon Johnson here on the Blitz. We'll be right back here on 1250 ESPN San Antonio, 94.5 FM, and on the go at ESPNSA.com. You guys have been driving around San Antonio. You might have seen me running down the road in a Polaris slingshot from Alamo Cycleplex. Get out of the way if you see me. I got the gas going, flying through the air. I want you to head over to Alamo Cycleplex. I've had more fun riding around in that slingshot than I deserve to have. And that's just one of the many products that Alamo Cycleplex has underneath that roof over on De Zavala and I-10. 7 fantastic brands of fun. You looking for a toy? Heck, you've earned it. You worked hard for it. The summer is here. Head out and get yourself 2 wheels, 3 wheels, no wheels on the water, but it's all fun. Alamo Cycleplex has it. June the 2nd, next week, is bike night. It is going to be a blast. The Twin Peaks girls will be out. The after party will be at Twin Peaks, but the pre-party, it's at Alamo Cycleplex. Go check out the fun, because that's what they sell. AlamoCycleplex.com is their website. If you got a bike you're trying to sell, they'll talk to you about that as well. Go get what you want right now. They got the inventory, much like, well, you'd expect from Alamo Cycleplex. If you've been looking around and not finding what you're after, I promise you Alamo Cycleplex has it, or they're going to get it for you real fast. Head over to Alamo Cycleplex today. Pick yourself up some fun, and you're going to thank me later.
The Texas Rangers play right here.
This is Joey Gallo of the Texas Rangers, your home for the Texas Rangers baseball. 1250 ESPN San Antonio and 94.5 FM.
Texas Rangers baseball on ESPN San Antonio is brought to you by New Brakes Mobile Brake Repair.
It's time to tee it up at Edwin Watts Golf Shops with these hot items for dads and grads. Featuring the new Callaway Epic Woods and Apex irons with artificial intelligence for faster ball speeds. And don't miss these hot gifts from Bushnell, like the Tour V5 or the Tour V5 Shift with Pin Seeker technology, or the Wingman with Bluetooth and audible GPS for distance. Swing by Edwin Watts Golf Shops and get custom fit today. Edwin Watts Golf Shops, home of the 90-day satisfaction guarantee, and shop us online at worldwidegolfshops.com.
Hey folks, Bob at Barbecue Outfitters, and now through Memorial Day is our Gear Up for Summer sale.
Barbecue Outfitters is your Central Texas, locally owned barbecue grill shop for 23 years running. We're gearing up for the backyard with specials on the Big Green Egg, Kamado Joe, Weber Grills, and all our 5 different brands of pellet grills, including Traeger and Yoder. Barbecue Outfitters has the barbecue rubs, cookbooks, smoking woods, charcoal, and accessories for all your backyard barbecue adventures. Also in focus at Barbecue Outfitters is the built-in outdoor kitchen with contractor pricing for all outdoor kitchen packages to the public through Memorial Day. Our showroom has the best names in the business, including Lynx, Twin Eagles, Fire Magic, DCS, Heston, and more. Barbecue Outfitters has been helping Central Texans be a backyard culinary hero since 1998. Barbecue Outfitters on 1604 at Chavano Park next to the Ridge Shopping Center. And at bbqoutfitters.com, come check out our Gear Up for Summer Memorial Day sale.
For 37 years, Mother's Window Tint has been the Texas All-Star for window tint, car stereos, and auto security. Mother's Window Tint, your car stereo and auto security headquarters, is saving you money right now. Stop more heat for less dollars with tint as dark as you want. We carry over 60 different professional films. Car thieves are stealing catalytic converters more than ever. So get a car alarm from Mother's that will even start your car by remote control. Save $100. Streaming music and your favorite podcast is easier and cheaper than ever with a new Alpine car stereo or kicker speakers or a JBC amplifier. At Mother's Window Tint super discount stores in Austin and San Antonio, they're all on sale. No time limit layaway. Open Tuesday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. MothersWindowTint.com. Follow us on Facebook. Mother's Window Tint. Remember, do it at Mother's and save.
Making Moves is brought to you by LinkedIn Jobs.
On winning teams, every player brings their unique strength and has an impact on the results. For the Showtime Los Angeles Lakers of the 80s, one of those players was Michael Cooper. He was one of only 3 players to play on all 5 of their championships, alongside Magic Johnson and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Cooper was the Defensive Player of the Year in 1987 and made the All-Defensive Team for 8 straight years, a vital role for the Showtime Lakers.
Build your winning team today. Go to linkedin.com/sports.
Just like in basketball, adding talent to your team right now gets you even, but adding the right talent right now, that gets you an edge. LinkedIn Jobs helps you find the best candidates with the experience, skills, and motivation you need. Post a job in minutes with your must-have criteria, and LinkedIn Jobs will match you to the most qualified people across their network of 740 million professionals. You can have your star players in place this summer. Post your first job for free at linkedin.com/sports. That's linkedin.com/sports. Terms and conditions apply.
You ready, Kelden? Ready for this?
Yeah.
It is the Blitz here on 1250 ESPN San Antonio, 94.5 FM. If you're on the go, slow down, go to ESPNSA.com. You can watch us live. And when you tune in, yeah, that good-looking guy, that's not me. That's Keldon Johnson. He's sitting under the ESPNSA sign there. Welcome in. Kelden Johnson is in studio today. I'll spend a little bit of his off time talking about himself, his life, and life in San Antonio with the Spurs. And I want to just relay something to everybody in the break as we're talking. One of the things that, as San Antonians, we take great pride in our city and who we are and what we have become over the last 25 years in the basketball world. And Keldon cannot stop talking about how much he loves our city. And over the years, and most recently with a couple other guys, we weren't sure if they liked being here and all that. Well, the young buck right here likes it. And that means a lot to so many of us because we have a little bit of a inferiority complex sometimes,
And when we said what we were talking about off the break wasn't on air. So, I mean, the rest of it.
That was on air.
But I mean, even then, it was like, you're not going on vacation. You said, no, you like it here. You don't want to miss what's going on here.
Yeah, for sure.
So what's going on that we're missing?
Well, you're doing stuff I'm not.
I mean, I'll just be chilling. Getting ready for next season. Just going on my daily. Just do the daily things. I got 3 dogs, so it's like I like my little family at home.
I got you. All right. So you think about San Antonio. You've been here. Now it's hard to ask because the last year has been COVID. But have you found some restaurants, some of your go-to spots?
You
got your favorites?
Well, it was hard, like you said, because of COVID. But I mean, now it's like time to like, all right, let's try this or let's try that. You know what I'm saying? So
You down with the Mexican food? You down with tacos?
For sure. Tacos. For sure.
I just want to make
love
sure.
Tacos.
Just want to make sure. The Mustang, you like that?
Of course.
You do?
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool. But
it's cool.
What other nicknames have you had?
Big body.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I don't know. No,
You know, big body's fun when you're young. When you get older, big body, you don't want that one anymore. I still have to deal with that. Kelden Johnson.
Big Body Thompson.
Pledge needs to just get to work. Okay, I want to know the best game you ever played. What's the game that you walked off? And it doesn't have to be NBA. It could be AAU game. But when you walked off the court, you were like, holy cow, I was in it. I felt it.
Ninth grade year, I had 2 games ninth grade. I had 40. Like my ninth grade, it was like second game of the year. I had 40. I could not miss. And like I was a ninth grader, so like I was playing against like 12th graders, 11th graders.
Did you know right then? Did you know then that, hey man, I'm good at this?
Well, it's kind of like, you know, we from a small little town. So and we went up to play a team in Richmond. Like they're bigger, they're city schools. And when I scored at me, I'm like, wow. Like,
when did you get your first letter?
I got my first letter ninth grade.
Ninth grade?
I got my first offer the summer of ninth grade. And then from there, it just took off.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it just kept going up and up and up.
And then when Kyle called Kentucky, easy decision?
No, I heard it wasn't an easy decision for you. I heard that it was one that you had to go through some work on this one, that it wasn't, hey, Kentucky calling, I'm going.
Yeah, so Kentucky was my dream school, but Kentucky didn't come on until it was after my last year at AAU, so it was going into my 12th grade year. And it was like, so they came on late because I was going to cut my list down, and then they came in like really late. And then it was like,
After the draft, I forget the assistant coach that recruited you, but we had him on the show, and he talked about how it was a tough get for Kentucky to get you to commit there.
Was it Joel Justice?
Yes.
Yeah. My parents worked him really, really hard. Him, Coach Justice, Coach Kenny Payne, even Coach Kyle, like it was tough. It was tough. But I knew I wanted to be there. I knew I wanted Coach Kyle to push me and to make me a pro. So that was what it came down to.
When you decided on Kentucky, did you recruit others? Did you go call others and say, hey man, I'm going, you want to come run with me? Because I'm asking if you would do that for us here.
I mean, it really wasn't like too much recruiting, because like I came on and then like they kind of already had in mind, I guess, who they wanted. So it really wasn't really much I could say or do, because I mean they pretty much had the rest of the people locked in, you know.
And everybody you played with just about got drafted anyway, so it was a pretty solid squad for sure.
Yeah, we were really good. We were really good.
You going back to Lexington at all this summer to run?
I don't know yet. Maybe if I get.
I mean, is that typical? I should ask that question. When you were there, is it typical for all the old pros to go back like we know North Carolina and Duke and most other schools?
Yeah, so the pros would come back and run. Last year, I think it was last year, or it was my rookie. Well, last year was my rookie season, but I think before my rookie season, I went back. So maybe like if I get some free time and a couple of my other teammates go down, we'll get some runs in.
Well, you'll be spending a lot of time in the gym. We know that. We asked on Twitter for fans if they had any questions for you, and several have asked basically the same question. What's the 1 or 2 areas of your game that you want to work on this summer and improve on? And what's the one area since you've been in the NBA that your game has improved the most on, in your opinion?
I feel like what I want to work on this offseason is ball handling. I feel like decision making and probably like mid range. I feel like adding more to my mid range game.
Let's hit the threes.
Yeah,
mid range. I think we're pretty solid on.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like of course it comes with catching and shooting. You know, that's big as well. But I mean, I feel like I've got better at that since I've been in the NBA, as catching and shooting, and just continue to work on.
To give an idea to those that are in the car listening, dad's driving the kids home, and they're listening to their star, their favorite player. Tell them and give them an idea of the kind of work you put in the gym, in the room, in the weight room, in the film room on a regular day in the off season. How much work are you doing when you're getting ready for the season?
every day is constructed around basketball
Mhm.
on what I could do better. So like, let's say for instance, like last offseason, the short offseason we had, I was pretty much going like 3 days, whether it's strength and conditioning in the morning and then basketball on court and then basketball again at night, and that's like the whole day. So it's like the whole day is constructed around basketball.
So 8 hours a day, every day. That
Yeah, because I knew like, all right, like I want to make the most of my opportunity. Like I really can't control what opportunity I get, but when I do get the opportunity, I'm gonna make sure I'm prepared and I'm in the best shape and best mindset possible to make the best out of the opportunity.
I think about a golfer on the driving range will video the swing and they'll take hundreds of shots and then go back and watch video of their shots to try to get better and get that. Is it the same for you with basketball? It's not getting up a bunch of shots, but it's getting up the quality shots.
Quality and repetition, making sure everything is. I feel like all season you just got to make sure you fine tuning everything, and more, not too much, but like you just got to single out the things that you want to work on and get really good at those things.
So you're not just binge watching Netflix with a bag of Doritos?
Nah, never.
Have you ever binge watched Netflix with a bag of Doritos?
Nah.
Oh, young man, you are missing out. He is. He's Keldon Johnson. Yeah, that's why he's lean, and I'm still known as big body.
On your cheat day, what do you eat?
Everything. The cheat day, man. I love fried chicken, but tacos might be in there too.
There you go.
In San Antonio, tacos is a part of your diet. It just is.
Yeah, I learned that real quick.
When you get home, what's the first thing your mama makes?
Fried chicken.
What else?
Mac and cheese.
Well,
mashed potatoes.
Sounds like Thanksgiving.
String beans.
Do you have a meal like when I'm coming home, Mama? You make this; it's going to be ready for me. Absolutely.
My mom, no. Like,
All right.
I don't come home.
When mom flies and visits you in San Antonio, she's doing the cooking too.
Sometimes it just all depends. Like usually when my mom fly in, I want to take her somewhere nice, so she ain't really got to do much.
Yeah,
she just go enjoy herself.
So besides video games, when you're not playing basketball, what does Kelden Johnson like to do?
Oh man, I like to go hunting.
Like to go hunting?
Yeah, I like to go to the gun range. I like archery. Like I like outdoors.
Have you hunted in South Texas?
Yeah.
Have you?
Yeah.
Did you get a whitetail? Did you get something?
I got an axe. I got
you
two
went
axes.
You got an axis.
Nice.
I got two axes.
Jason and I both got an axis this year.
Yeah, and I got a black buck.
And a black buck. Did you mount them?
Yes.
Yes.
I got a huge axis mount in my house right now.
Well done.
Awesome.
He is fitting in just fine down here. That's Keldon Johnson.
When do you work in karaoke?
Every day, throughout the house, in the car. Whenever it hits you, whenever that song come on, it's coming. You just,
and what song would that be, Keldon?
My favorite song is Mariah Carey.
Mariah Carey.
Like, would it be this one?
Yeah, this is my song.
You're going to sing for us. Kelden Johnson live on ESPN San Antonio. Come on, Keldon. You know you got to sing, man.
I can tell you without hesitation, this is the first time Mariah Carey has ever been broadcast on these airwaves.
Yeah.
So if we're going to break the mold and do this,
I feel like y'all should sing it.
Well, I'm going to be your backup dancer.
Yeah,
I'll
here
do
we
the
go.
step.
There we go. Come on, Keldon.
Go. I can't do it today.
Yeah, you can.
See, we just got out of season. My vocal cords ain't all the way back from yelling yet.
It's part of
sound
COVID
pretty good.
protocols, Jason. He's not allowed
No.
to sing.
He's allowed to project. Come on. Let's. He's turning red. Come
Yeah.
on, man. Sing.
I can't do it.
Yeah, you can. Come
It was
on.
a
Don't be
worthy
shy.
They're not ready for that yet.
Don't be shy.
They're
I
not
think
ready.
they are. I think they are. Come on.
Who else?
This doesn't end until you start singing.
Well, for the love of God, sing it.
I mean, there's dogs howling
It's
all over.
this
Come
is
on.
like a 13-hour version.
You said it's a 13-hour version.
Well, we'll let Keldon off the hook. Who else on the team can sing other than you?
Everybody, like, it's so crazy. Like, our team, like, we have such a variety of music. Like,
What's Jakob listening to?
Y'all don't really get the ox like that, but y'all, he got a good playlist too.
He doesn't. Huh? So, who's the best singer? Everybody, or you?
The best singer is me. I'm the lead singer, but
You got to prove it.
I feel like
I mean, really, you've got to prove it at this point.
See, we gonna wait on it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying our team could be like we could be like on The Voice.
You could go on The Voice.
Well, no,
win.
the team. Like
the team.
Well, they'd be in
like
the
when
stands.
our
They wouldn't
voices
be.
combine together, we project really well.
Sounds like something happened in the shower. Someone like singing in the shower.
Well,
There was a show back when I was a kid called The White Shadow, and after every practice, the team would go stand around the shower and sing because the acoustics were great.
No, we're not doing that.
I was going to say, I've covered a lot of post games. I've never heard singing coming out of the showers. He's Keldon Johnson sitting with us here on ESPN San Antonio. You're San Antonio Spur, the Mustang. DJ called y'all the young dudes. Are y'all the young dudes? Do you appreciate that?
Yeah.
All right, good.
For sure.
Is that the name of the band?
That go the name right there. You didn't spoken into existence right there.
We're idea folks. We're in the radio business. With this basketball thing, in about 15 years after you go in the HOF, we're going to put you on tour. So
all right,
you got a little bit of time to get yourself ready.
My vocals would be good. Then you know what I'm saying.
Well,
I think they're good now. Get 30 seconds. You got to sing.
I can't.
We've made a lot of pro athletes sing. Every year we go to Cowboys training camp, and the rookies have to sing for their supper.
Yeah, but see,
and we get those I know you're not a rookie, but you're a rookie on ESPN San Antonio since it's your first live in studio appearance with us.
Yeah, but like you can't give. I can't give y'all the whole package right away. You know what I'm saying?
You can give us a tease.
I gotta like work y'all into it. You know what I'm saying? So then next time y'all got something to look forward to, y'all be like, oh yeah, Keldon gonna come on here and sing next time.
So he's coming back. I think I just heard the commitment to come back in studio.
Sure, I got you. I'll come back.
I'm
enjoying myself.
We'll back you up. We'll do the doo-wop behind there. Keldon, as the summer comes around, and we just heard that Tony Parker. Do you know Tony? Have you had a chance to hang out with him much?
No, not really.
Don't play poker with him. Evidently, he's really good. He's heading to Vegas to play in the World Series of Poker. Much gambling going on as it used to be?
Nah, we haven't really.
Well, the Spurs, I'm not saying around the league back in the late '90s. A lot of gambling on airplanes. Lots of money changing hand on planes coming home.
I mean, I only been on one team though, so I can't really I don't really know what the other teams do. But I know with the Spurs, we don't really. Well, not at least I haven't seen nobody.
No, man, he's beating everybody in Call of Duty.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And beating
Call of Duty,
them singing.
I'm good at Call of Duty.
We'll look for it.
That's a challenge. Before we let you get out of here, man, NBA playoffs going on. Are you paying attention, watching every game, or just do you need the distance from basketball for a little bit?
100% watching every game.
How do you watch the game? Do you watch it for fun, or are you watching the plays? Are you watching like you were watching film?
I mean, it's like you watch it for fun, but at the same time, it's so much more to it than just for fun. So it's kind of I'm watching it, and then you see what's playoff basketball like, because I haven't experienced playoff basketball yet.
Well, you got some bubble work. I mean,
bubble, but I mean it's different with fans, and you see this arena has this many fans. New York has 15,000 right now, so it's jumping in there. But it's I mean, with me, it's just watching and taking bits and pieces, so that next year, we're ready to go. But I feel just watching the playoffs make me and the young guys around us so hungry to get to the playoffs and make some noise, because I mean, we want to get.
Who's your pick to be in the finals?
I don't know, because it's crazy right now.
So I'm asking you. You're the pro. You know them better than we do.
As he ponders this, a question, and this is straight from what we do in the radio. What do you think when you hear guys like me saying these guys just need to tank? These guys just need to fold the tent, call it a season, and go get a draft pick. When you hear guys like that, people in the media talking about deliberately losing, what does that make you feel like?
Why you play if you're going to play to lose? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I feel every time I go out on the court, I'm competing to win. I love basketball. I love the sport of basketball, everything about it. And I'm a competitor. So once I step out on the court, it's not, we just going to tank. You know what I'm saying? I feel that's disrespecting the game in a way.
What's more important to you, winning or not losing?
Not losing. I feel long as I don't lose, we good. Because if we ain't losing, we winning. And I feel losing is the worst feeling. At least for me, I hate losing more than anything. I hate it so much.
That's why he is what he is. That's Kelden Johnson, our San Antonio Spur, the Mustang, here on ESPN San Antonio on the Blitz. If you missed any of it, the audio vault at ESPNSA.com, brought to you by AA Best Bail Bonds, is where you need to go. Go check out what Keldon had to say. It's been fantastic having you in, man. As a city, we have grown accustomed to greatness, and we know what it looks like when we see it. We know it's going to be a good run for you, man.
Yes, sir. That's the plan.
Thanks for stopping by. Now go get ready.
Hey, thank y'all for having me.
You want to sing your way out?
You want to
or pick an NBA final?
NBA finals. I don't know.
Then you got to sing. Play it. Cue it.
No. See, look, now next time, like, y'all going to be like, all right, yeah, we know he's going to sing. He's going to give us something good next time. I got you next time.
We'll be ready. Kelden, stay safe. Stay well. We'll see you soon.
Thank you. Y'all have a blessed day.
Kelden Johnson right here on ESPN San Antonio. We'll try to top this with some more radio. When we come back, well, Aaron Rodgers is in Hawaii, and he took all of his wide receivers with him. We'll talk about what's going on with the Green Bay Packers next here on the Blitz, 1250 ESPN San Antonio, 94.5 FM, and on the go at ESPNSA.com.
You know, injuries do happen. If you twist, pull, pop, or snap something, you need to know about Dr. David Espinosa at TSAOG Orthopedics. Dr. Espinosa treats all non-surgical orthopedic injuries and has same-day and next-day availability. Telemedicine services are also available. There's no reason to be in pain. If you're hurting, visit Dr. Espinosa at TSAOG Orthopedics. Learn more online at TSAOG.com. That's TSAOG.com, or you can schedule your appointment by calling 210-804-5490. 804-5490 for TSAOG Orthopedics.
Sundays are for the grill. The Sunday Sports Grill, 11 in the morning to 1. Chop it up and grill with former and current Rock the Mic champs Michael Jimenez and Quinn Hudson. The Sunday Sports Grill, 11 to 1 every Sunday.
I'm with Jason Thompson, owner of the Thompson Law Firm. Jason, if someone's in a serious collision, what should they do?
Call me as soon as possible after the collision. If a bad driver, a drunk driver, a driver of a commercial or company vehicle crashes into you or a family member, the most important decision you will make for yourself and your family is choosing the right lawyer. You should know that the insurance companies already have their own attorneys, and you should too. If you or a family member has been seriously injured in a traffic collision, I want you to call me, Jason Thompson. My phone number is 900-0400, or just remember my website, alawyerforus.com. I practice law right here in San Antonio for more than 20 years, helping people and families just like yours. I believe you and your family need an attorney who is honest, loyal, experienced, professional, someone you would be proud to call your lawyer.
Your lawyer, Jason Thompson, named one of San Antonio's best personal injury attorneys and a Texas super lawyer. Call Jason Thompson, a lawyer for us. 210-900-0400. That's 210-900-0400. Or go to alawyerforus.com.
It's time for some straight talk. You've got real work to do, but everyone's sucking up the free Wi-Fi faster than a Mocha Choco double frap on ice. So be your own hotspot. Now with Straight Talk Wireless, get 10 gigs of hotspot data with the Ultimate Unlimited plan. Just $55 a month on America's largest and most dependable networks. You don't have to find a hotspot. You are the hotspot. Straight Talk Wireless.
No contract, no compromise. Compatible device required. See straighttalk.com.
Does it feel like finding clothes in your fit is impossible? Tired of feeling overwhelmed with options that just aren't right? Let the experts at Stitch Fix do the shopping for you. At Stitch Fix, we make sure each piece is hand-selected for your life. So whether you're staying home or on the go, Stitch Fix has the answer for what to wear. We make it easy to find what works for you. Signing up takes just a few minutes, and styles are delivered directly to your door. Get started today at StitchFix.com. Stitch Fix, your style delivered.
It's the perfect season to power your passions during Dell's summer sale event. Save up to $400 on the very latest Dell XPS computers and Alienware systems, all powered by Intel Core processors. You'll also find great savings on Dell monitors, docks, and other popular accessories. Special limited quantity deals start each weekday at 10 a.m. through May 31st. Plus, enjoy free shipping on everything. Just call 800-BY-DELL for summer sale event savings. That's 800-BY-DELL.
O'Reilly Auto Parts is here to keep your car on the road with the right parts, advice from our parts professionals, and our free loaner tool program. Your local store has more than 80 specialty tools available for your next repair. Refundable deposit required. Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts and ask about our free loaner tool program or visit O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
It's the Blitz here on 1250 ESPN San Antonio, 94.5 FM. If you're on the go, ESPNSA.com. Perfect. He's Jason Minix. I'm Rob Thompson. If you're watching us live, that empty screen where you see Kelden Johnson's name, well, he has headed off into the offseason. But he stopped by here for about 35, 40 minutes of conversation. We hope you caught it. If you didn't, we'll have it available to you. Go to ESPNSA.com. AA Best Bell Bonds has this audio vault. You can catch up on all things Blitz and catch up on what Keldon had to say during the offseason, the regular season, what COVID was like, his formative years in Virginia, Coach Cal and Pop and all that. Great conversation with Keldon.
And if you want to watch it, it's going to be on our YouTube page.
There you go. Head over to ESPN San Antonio's YouTube page. It's on the Facebook feed as we sit right now floating around the ethers. You want to catch up. Keldon's a good guy. Good guy.
Inauthentic, and it's kind of strange. We met him, at Media Day, his rookie year, and then you haven't seen these guys in so long. And the personality, the Zoom interviews, you kind of lose some of that, and they're just so quick and snappy. And he's got such a great personality. Fun to hear from him. And again, no vacation for this guy. He's in the gym already.
It's odd talking to a player that's in it and talking about the season and getting into, what fans want and what players need. Players, they're out there to win. We've always said that, organizations fail to make the playoffs. Players never stop, and it has to hurt. Because I've been a proponent. We've all at some point said, just lose. What are you doing? Just lose a couple of games. Bring in another guy that might be good enough to take your job and go win some games.
Oh, yeah, there's that.
So to hear him say, what's the point? What are you talking about? I'm going to get on the court and lose? I'm here to win.
And then you look at, say the Clippers, who tanked at the end of the season to draw the Mavericks, and now they're in an 0-2 hole. Tanking doesn't always work out the way you want.
Now, Green Bay might be tanking for an entirely different purpose if they don't bring Aaron Rodgers back. It is OTA season right now around the NFL. Guys are voluntarily arriving to their respective headquarters to practice, to go through the underwear Olympics, not put on pads, just kind of get yourself going. Aaron Rodgers is, obviously is not there. We saw photos of him in Hawaii, but his absence has also spurred his wide receivers to stay away in solidarity.
I think that sends a strong message to the team when you've got 5 wide receivers not show up, one of which who isn't even really guaranteed to make the team, saying, do we stand with Aaron Rodgers? Obviously, I'm sure Aaron Rodgers appreciates that, the solidarity that they're showing, but I do think it shows a message to the organization. And you go back to what Aaron Rodgers told Kenny Mayne on SportsCenter the other night. It's about the people, and you've got to take care of your people. And it's one thing if Aaron Rodgers is disgruntled, but if 5 guys aren't showing up, does that kind of signal to you that there might be an issue organizationally when you think about the people? It's one thing if you've got one guy on your team that's a little unhappy with management, but when other people are not showing up, knowing they need to work, one guy who might not even have a job.
Well, if I'm a wide receiver and I'm facing the possibility of Jordan Love being my quarterback or Aaron Rodgers, I'm doing everything I can to make those two get along with each other. I mean, the between Gutekunst and Rodgers, they got to get along. I fully understand my guys not being there while Aaron's gone, but the realization is going to have to come that it's entirely likely that he will not be back. And they're going to be dealing with a different quarterback. I'm sure that's going to be an interesting follow. By the way, the pictures we've seen of him in Hawaii, do you notice that he's got a man bun? Have you seen that?
Well, I mean, he is, he's walking around, hiking around waterfalls, and, it's hot and sweaty. He's, just
being Aaron with a man bun.
I'm not sure you know what a man bun is.
Well, he's got a doink or whatever you want to call that thing hanging off the back of his head. He's got his hair in a ponytail.
Yeah, it's not quite a man. His hair's not long enough to have a full bun.
Yeah,
he's got like a half bun, but he does have his hair up.
I wonder if that
maybe he's holding the hair tie for his girlfriend and figured it was better in his hair than on his wrist. I don't know.
I don't want to ever see my quarterback with the man bun. I'll just leave it at that. When we come back,
get off my lawn.
Hey,
remember
Texas
Brady
fan,
had really long hair for a minute.
Yes, he did. He did, being the key there.
Well, he also won Super Bowls with it too.
And that would be. Did Aaron have long hair when he won? I don't think so. The college win totals are out at betonline.ag. you Longhorn fans, I got some relatively good news. High standards set out for the Aggies. We'll look around the Big 12 and the SEC. We'll see what Vegas thinks will be the wins. Coming up next, you're on the Blitz, 1250 ESPN San Antonio, 94.5 FM, and on the go at ESPNSA.com.
You know, nobody ever plans on getting arrested, but it does happen to a lot of people every day for all kinds of reasons. Whether it's you, a family, a friend of yours, you get arrested, somebody you know gets arrested. You want to get out of jail fast? Best way to do that is to call my good friend Albert and his great staff at AA Best Bail Bonds. 210-225-2121 is the phone number. You can text bail to 474747, or you can even start the bonding process online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else to get out of jail, and you don't want to be forced into a PR bond. Your best option, AA Best Bail Bonds, for stress-free bail bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans available, a free shuttle service. They're discreet and confidential and open 24/7 with offices all over San Antonio and Texas. License number 149. Whether you're up in Dallas, down in Corpus, in the Valley, here in San Antonio, text bail to 474747 or call AA Best Bail Bonds 210-225-2121 or the website mybestbailbonds.com.
Score Dad $1,000 for Father's Day. Enter to win now at ESPNSA.com. 1250 ESPN San Antonio, 94.5 FM, and on the go at ESPNSA.com.
You know, now through Memorial Day at Barbecue Outfitters, they're having their Gear Up for Summer sale. And you know, Barbecue Outfitters is the Central Texas locally owned barbecue grill shop for 23 years running, and they're gearing up for the backyard with specials on the Big Green Egg, Kamado Joe, Weber Grills, and all their 5 different brands of pellet grills, including Traeger and Yoder. Barbecue Outfitters has the barbecue rubs, cookbook, smoking woods, charcoal, and accessories for all your backyard barbecuing adventures. And they're also focusing on built-in outdoor kitchens with contractor pricing for all outdoor kitchen packages to the public now through Memorial Day. Their showroom has the best names in the business: Lynx, Twin Eagle, Fire Magic, DCS, Heston, and many more. Barbecue Outfitters has been helping Central Texans be a backyard culinary hero since 1998. Their website is bbqoutfitters.com. You want to check out the Gear Up for Summer through Memorial Day sale happening now through Memorial Day. Get over and see them there at Barbecue Outfitters. They're located at 1604 at Chavano Park, right there next to the Ridge Shopping Center.
Slackers Sports and Arcade Bar, your home to 7 days a week happy hour. Come eat, drink, and socialize safely at all 4 Slackers Sports and Arcade Bar locations. And now you can join us bright and early at the newest location, Slackers Medical Center. Now opens at 7 a.m. to serve our valued medical community. Nurses, doctors, frontline workers, and staff, we thank you. Slackers Medical Center at Fredericksburg and Medical Drive. Visit slackersbarssa.com for more info. Slackers Sports and Arcade Bar, now with 4 area locations to quench your thirst.
This is for the men who never settle, the ones who believe only quitters end a game in a tie, the type of guys who choose the bar with the biggest TVs to overcompensate for theirs at home. This is the Lodge mentality. This is Twin Peaks.
Twin Peaks has been busy mixing up new craft cocktails for their latest beverage menu rollout, featuring signature cocktails, tequila cocktails, classic whiskey cocktail sections, and more. Plus a completely revamped wine program available by the glass or bottle. Come find your new favorite at Twin Peaks.
If you've got an insurance question, you could talk to a park ranger, but the only quotes they'd probably give you would be about the beauty of a fallen leaf or ripples in a pond, not the kind that could save you money on your policies. Or you could talk to your local Geico agent, who's an expert navigator of the insurance landscape. They could use their expertise to guide you on ways to save hundreds on your policies, while leaving it up to your park ranger to save the wilderness and any endangered picnic baskets. Go online to geico.com/local to find a Geico agent near you.
Hi, this is Joe Cordell with the law firm Cordell & Cordell. When the prospect of divorce becomes a reality, you need a partner that you can count on. If you're a man in this situation, consider contacting Cordell & Cordell. We've helped men navigate complex legal matters for 30 years.
Contact Cordell & Cordell to schedule an appointment with one of our firm's San Antonio area attorneys, a partner men can count on. Online at CordellCordell.com. That's CordellCordell.com. Offices in San Antonio, Austin, and St. Louis.
It's the Blitz. You're on ESPN San Antonio. Thank you so much for joining us. Don't mind them brake lights. We're going to get you all the way home. Go until 7 o'clock. You know, at 6:30, Greg Polarjack is the play-by-play announcer for the Utah Jazz, the voice of. He is going to join us, and we'll talk playoffs certainly as they get ready to take on Memphis in a do-or-die type of game this evening, trying not to go down 0-2. But the real reason for our conversation today will be San Antonio's own Jordan Clarkson, who is now the NBA's 6th Man of the Year. We'll get some insight from one who's been around him over the last couple of years, what it took to get where Jordan got. That will be at 6:30. You certainly want to hang around for that. And at 6 o'clock, we're cooking. You like fried pickles? We have a recipe for you from Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds, the likes of which you've never seen before. Keto-friendly fried pickles. I didn't think it was possible. I never thought I'd see the day, but guess what? We will, and we'll talk about it in just a couple of minutes. But in the meantime, the win totals are in for your college football season coming up next year, according to those in Vegas, specifically betonline.ag. And I don't know if Texas fans should celebrate or be a little concerned, but Vegas seems to think that Texas won't be completely back, but will be competitive. Their over-under lies at 8.
Which sucks, but in Oklahoma, by the way, is at 11. Oklahoma State at 7.5. But I think that's a pretty fair number for the Texas Longhorns in May when you are undecided at your quarterback position. And I think that shows a lot of respect for what Sark is going to do with the offense. But until you have an idea of who the quarterback is going to be, I think if you're heading to Vegas in the next couple of weeks and you could get 8, I would take 8.
Bet the 8 absolutely.
I would bet the over 8. So that's a pretty good number. When you compare that to, say, an Arizona State team that I also follow, with my daughter out there in Herm Edwards, bringing a quarterback back, and they're at 9 in the vaunted Pac-12.
9 wins.
9 wins for Arizona State, which
Herm's got them going.
They got a good young quarterback. They lost 2 games last year. They had no business losing. But they've got a legit quarterback. And so when I look at an Arizona State at 9 and a Texas at 8, it's the quarterback. That's the big difference.
Let's see. For you Texas State fans, they're coming in at 4.5. You might want to take the under on that one.
Sorry, Jake.
That's a bold prediction, but maybe. You Horned Frogs fans out there, they see a winning season, 7 wins. There's a bowl in there. Aggie fans, I don't like this at all.
Well, hang on. Before we go Aggies, let's keep going around. Okay. Texas Tech 4.5. Yeah. Baylor is at 5.5. Is UTSA? Did I say UTSA on here at 8? Think about that.
Respect.
8.
Coach Traylor turned some eyes, didn't he?
8. So you're Aggies. All right.
9.5.
There you go.
I like the love. Don't get me wrong, but the same issue that you talked about at quarterback, A&M's dealing with that same thing. Now, it's a little bit different. Same system long term. I mean, these guys have been around for a little bit. 9.5. I'm an Aggie through and through. I would bet the under.
Well, I mean, we'll have football in October, right?
Yes.
Bet the under.
Bet the under, because there is a Bama on the schedule, and there is a trip to Colorado, which you never know what could happen when you head that direction. Just saying. I'll be there to witness it. Hopefully I can remember it. When we come back in the 6 o'clock, Don Paul is going to join us with Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds. Go find a device. We have so much fun doing this. We are offering you a keto-friendly lifestyle, the best way you can do it with fine food. Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds is keto-friendly to the hilt, and you won't believe the many different ways you can use it. We're going to crust some pickles and air fry them, the likes of which you've probably never seen. You can watch it live next. You're on the Blitz. 1250 ESPN San Antonio, 94.5 FM, and on the go at ESPNSA.com.
The Blitz, weekdays 4 to 7.
Behind the scenes with Don Harris. Good luck. And man, we do thank you for stopping by.
Hey, fellas, now that I'm working from home and I drive in every day, I'm listening to you guys all the time. I love the show, man. Keep it up.
I appreciate it, man. I read your tweet and your text and say, hey, man, here's the background audit. Love that.
Don Harris joining us here on the Blitz.
I'm a fan, big fan.
Oh, my goodness. I feel like Pat McAfee interviewing Aaron Rodgers. I just rose a little bit in my seat.
1250 ESPN San Antonio and 94.5 FM.
Guys, stop what you're doing. Give me a few seconds of your time and let me give you a piece of advice that will change your love life forever. Have you noticed you've been losing a little pep in your step? Has your lady friend asked you, is everything okay? Do you find yourself having trouble rising for the occasion? Do you stress out before that special moment and wonder, is it going to work? Guys, I'm going to let you in on a big secret. You don't ever have to worry again. The Mojo Male Enhancement Formula has you covered. Mojo is the 100% guaranteed male enhancement formula that guarantees lasting success, if you know what I mean. The Mojo Male Enhancement Formula is safe, natural, and effective every single time, guaranteed. Mojo is available in a fast-acting spray and a quick-action capsule. Do yourself and her a favor and call Pure Line Nutrition in San Antonio today. They'll get you set up for success. Call 210-494-2210. That number again is 210-494-2210. Mojo Male Enhancement, only available at Pure Line Nutrition.
It's time to tee it up at Edwin Watts Golf Shops with these hot items for dads and grads. Featuring Ping G425 drivers and the new Ping 2021 putters. And don't miss these hot gifts from Bushnell, like the Tour V5 or the Tour V5 Shift with Pin Seeker technology, or the Wingman with Bluetooth and audible GPS for distance. Swing by Edwin Watts Golf Shops and get custom fit today. Edwin Watts Golf Shops, home of the 90-day satisfaction guarantee, and shop us online at worldwidegolfshops.com.
This is Rob Thompson. I'm with my brother, Jason, my lawyer. He's with the top. Now, Jason, I got a question for you. I see lawyer advertisements, billboards, TV. How do I choose a lawyer?
I see the exact same advertisements, and it would be tough, I think, if you don't have a relationship with an attorney deciding who to pick. I think the things that you need to think about are whether or not the law firm and the lawyer I hire will be my lawyer. And what I mean by that is not a face on a billboard, but never actually seeing that lawyer. I'm talking about hiring the lawyer that I want to represent me. And so when you come in, I am the one that meets you, and I will take you through every step of the process. I will handle the insurance companies. I will help you with your recovery. I will take you through that entire process, and knowing full well that that is my client, not just for today, but for the rest of their life.
Be smart. Protect yourself and your family. Call Jason Thompson, a lawyer for us. 210-900-0400. That's 210-900-0400 or alawyer4us.com.
Want to hear how easy it is to get rid of those black streaks on your roof with spray and forget? Check this out. This is you spraying your roof. And this is you forgetting about it. That's it. No scrubbing, no rinsing. It does the work for you. Those stains caused by algae, mold, and mildew will disappear over time. Works on asphalt, wood, slate, and clay roofs. So you can just forget about it. Spray and forget. Available at the Home Depot, Lowe's, Ace Hardware, and Menards.
With round-the-clock protection at a great price, your Progressive policy works the way it's supposed to, unlike this unenthusiastic hype man.
Okay, everybody, let's make some noise. Put your hands up. Or not. It's your call. Here we go now. Here we go.
Switch to Progressive today.
It is electric in here.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
From the Mother's Window Tint Studios. Online at motherswindowtint.com. 1250 ESPN San Antonio and 94.5 FM. KZDC San Antonio. Jason Minix, Rob Thompson, The Blitz.
It is The Blitz. Welcome on to ESPN San Antonio. We thank you for joining us. Got an hour of fun headed your way, so lean back, settle in, and enjoy it. He's Jason Minix. I'm Rob Thompson. This hour we're cooking. We look forward to it every week. Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds. We're making some fried pickles post-haste. We are going to be joined in just a few minutes by the play-by-play announcer for the Utah Jazz. Well, we are going to talk about San Antonio's own Jordan Clarkson, as he is our NBA Sixth Man of the Year. But first, let's do some cooking. It's one of our favorite segments of the week. We'd like to welcome on the show Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds own Don Paul. Don, good to see you again, my friend. We cannot wait to do this one. This is right down my alley, and we're getting ready for a fine weekend of grilling and cooking. Some fried pickles done the keto way sound awfully good.
Air fryers have been popular over the last couple of years, so you get a ton of different ideas. But I like these pickles because it's everything you have in the pantry. We're going to start with pickles, and we're going to do chunks of. You can go as thick as you want on the pickles, and any kind you want.
Well, I want to go.
The beauty of it is,
Don, I want to before we get into the recipe, because I am one of the gazillions of people that bought an air fryer during the pandemic, and I have ruined more good things in that air fryer I mean, so many recipes, have a 7 to 14 minute or 8 to 14, and then you just ruin stuff. What I like about this recipe, and we'll get to it, very specific on the time and the temperature.
Yeah. That's the beauty of, and when I do, it's funny because I have two different air fryers. One at the office that's a little bit more complicated. I got one at home that's just a dial, and it's 350 or 400 degrees, and it's like a little timer and it gains. Hey, but I always go a little under on all that because I'm still kind of, even though I've done many recipes, we all kind of overdo it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I got to tell you, it's simple and it's easy, and you don't get a lot of this, oil and grease and stuff. Sometimes it's great to fry some good fried chicken up and things like that. I'm not doubting that, but
right,
if you want to get away from a little bit of that grease, air fryer is it. So we kind of play off the word air fried pork rind pickles, but it's fun. It's fun.
All right, so let's get into it. We're going to make some fried pickles, and you just said that it doesn't really matter how thick you cut them. Well, is your intent to fry them till they're completely soft, or do you want a little bit of crunch? I guess that's really what it comes down to, right?
Well, you're right, it does, because if your pickles, that's the big thing. Your pickles, it depends on the pickles. If they're really firm pickles, you're going to get a firmer end product. And the ones I did, this one, they're more spears, and they, even though I patted them dry, and that's what you want to do. You want to get the moisture out of them. These are much more flimsy, I guess, and they are not as crunchy. So I experiment back and forth on that. Mm-hmm. So you're right. Make it as thick as you want. And it's really up to how long you're going to cook it, too. Because I, again, creep along a little bit on this. And the thick pickles, and it doesn't matter the flavor either. I mean, if you have spicy pickles, then you're going to have a spicier. But the end product is really how you want to make it. I mean, we're going to start with a couple cups of crushed pork rinds. And again, Southern Recipe small batch, sea salt and cracked black pepper, it's a good one. But cream kimchi, or you want a little spicy, or if you want the spicy dill on dill, so you get a double whammy.
I was curious if you double dill.
You know what? Okay, that's a new recipe. That's it. We're going to call it over. It's just called double dill. I like it. Thank you, guys.
Double dill idea, guys, right here. Double dill.
Love it. I'm going to do it. I'll do it. We'll put it on the website.
So how do we make these?
Some attribution. Your names will be on it. But with the pork rinds, whatever flavors. But if you want to make it spicier, throw some cayenne pepper, a teaspoon or 2 in there. This recipe on our website has garlic powder and also has paprika in there. So if you want a little spicier, wonderful. Throw it in there, you can get it. But you mix it up, and then you just dip your pickles. Pat dry, but dip them, kind of egg wash them, roll them in a little bit of almond flour if you're worried about keto, and then you're going to roll them in the pork rinds, crushed pork, and you can put them in the air fryer. And again, it's 15 minutes. If you want a little crunchier, you got a little wimpy pickle, you're going to want to go a little bit more. But it's simple and easy. That's the beauty. Anything you have in your pantry, that's why I like this recipe, because it's not like, I have to special this or special that. You can add to, make your own recipe. And that's why I really like this.
Well, and again, I'm thinking about, this weekend, Memorial Day, a lot of people are going to be barbecuing. You need some good sides. Maybe if you're having people over because people are gathering again, you need some good appetizers. These are fantastic. And it's a solid use of your air fryer.
Yeah.
Which we're all trying to find.
You know what? The beauty is, heat is heat up in the house. I made these things, a couple hours ago, but I throw anything in there. I'm doing fried chicken, coated with pork rinds. I'm doing anything like that, kind of putting it in there, and you leave it. Doesn't heat up your house because we're getting into the, obviously we're into the heat of the spring, but and I don't like heat things up, and I want it to be quick and easy. I stick it off to the corner, and that's why the air fry works. So you don't get that extra oils and greases and things like that. And it's keto.
Who'd have thought fried pickles were keto and healthy? Who'd have thought, if you'd have told me at some point in my life I could have fried pickles and not be concerned about anything but other than the flavor that I can impart with the Southern recipe, I would never believe you. Now, I want to talk about the order of things that we do for those of us that are kitchen challenged. So we've got 2 bowls. I got 1 bowl with the almond flour and some eggs. Yeah. Is that what it is? Or do I have 3 bowls?
Eggs in you're going to do three bowls. You're going to do eggs whipped up, and then you're going to do almond flour if you're concerned about keto, or regular flour if you don't want the almond. And then you're going to have about 2 cups crushed pork rinds, whatever Southern Recipe small batch flavor you want. If you want to add a little cayenne, you want to add a little paprika or garlic powder, that's where you're going to mix that up. So you have really your pickles pat dry. You're going to egg wash them.
So into the eggs.
Put them in.
For a pat dry that goes into the eggs, into the flour, and then the pork rinds?
Well, I put them back in the eggs. Get another coating of the eggs, then put them into the crushed pork rind. Because you got a double whammy there. Makes it a little bit thick, holds a little bit. The almond flour will hold on to that pickle well. So you got like a double whammy of the eggs. You don't have to. I've done these air fried pickles, just egg, pork rind, boom, done. You know, if I don't have any almond flour or I didn't want to pull out the flour, hey, it's egg wash, pork rinds into the air fryer. It's simple, easy.
And what you made, did you use dill or did you go with a sweet pickle?
I didn't use sweet. I used dill and just the spears because that's what I had.
Right.
But I haven't done the sweet, and I think that's pretty interesting because you're going to get the sweet heat, and I like that. So then I'm going to go with a cream kimchi, or I'm going to go with a pineapple ancho. I'm going to give a little bit of heat there.
Absolutely.
And that's kind of interesting. Or, throw in some pineapple or any of the other peppers you want and mix it with the pork rinds, and it gives you that little sweet heat. So I do like that. I just haven't experimented because I didn't have sweet pickles.
Once again, this is just easy. It's easy. Go do this.
And good.
Yeah, it's easy.
Head over to HEB, grab those Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds. You want to double dill it? You're more than welcome to. Go get you some. The pasilla would be great. I personally am going to go with the sea salt and cracked pepper, and I'm going to buy both. I'm going to get some bread and butter pickles. I'm going to get some sour pickles, and we're going to go to town over the Memorial Day weekend. You got to go over to HEB, though, if you're going to get your Southern Recipe. That's where you get them and load up, because you're going to start putting them on your food and realize, what am I doing? I just need to eat this bag, and then you're going to need another bag, because that's kind of how we live when we deal with Southern Recipe. Because if you're living that keto lifestyle and you need that crunch, there is no better place to go than Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds. And over the last year, 100 different ways to use them. They bind well, they add flavor, and what they also give you is just the comfort of knowing, man, you got good recipes to surprise those that are coming over for the big game or for the big cook-off that is coming up on the weekend. Don, man, we appreciate you stopping by. This looks really good. This is another one I cannot wait to try. We'll check back next week, and I'll tell you how well it went.
Hey, perfect. I appreciate it, guys.
Head over to porkrinds.com for all the recipes. You're looking for some, maybe a little bit of a guide for what you want to cook over the weekend. You want to throw some keto-friendly things out for your friends and family. There's no better place to go than porkrinds.com to add a little bit of kick, a little bit of flavor.
Well, and again, they're available at HEB, porkrinds.com, all the different recipes that we've done. And I'm just excited about a good use of an air fryer, because I haven't been successful with the air fryer.
Well, Don's a professional chef kind of guy. This guy's food for a living. He described, the air fryer I've got, we just got off Amazon one of those truck deals where you get the, back before you could actually go to where the truck was and they had a special. So we went and grabbed the same one. My air fryer has a dial and a temperature dial and a turn timer, like an old school timer. That's it. There's nothing digital about it at all.
Yeah.
He said he uses that and he makes them fine. I'm in. It'll work out.
Mine's got all kinds of little.
See, I don't have any of those doohickeys. And the thing is, you're burning stuff.
I'm burning stuff. I'm burning pizzas. And again, I have figured out bagel bites, although generally it's after the bar. So maybe I haven't, but I think I have. And French fries. I can do fries and tater tots. Everything else I've tried in the damn air fryer is crap.
That is absolutely hilarious. Hey, let's look to the games tonight. We'll see if Utah can actually find their depth. We're also going to talk with Craig Bolerjack of the Utah Jazz in just a bit, but we're going to look at the NBA around the corner here on the Blitz, 1250 ESPN San Antonio, 94.5 FM, and on the go at ESPNSA.com.
Jason Minix here for BSG, the company that brings you the best in home security and smart home technology. The security system in my home is from BSG. The video cameras, video doorbell, the other features are fantastic and easy to use. And you can get the BSG smart home security system, including a free video doorbell for as low as $39.95 a month. And their video doorbell is incredible. Comes with video analytics, which means you can control how you get notified from your doorbell. And the video doorbells that BSG offer have the most advanced video doorbell technology on the market because it can tell the difference between a human, a vehicle, and an animal. So you're not going to get notifications every time a car drives down your street. If you got one of those, you know how annoying that can be. BSG can solve that problem. Plus, their video doorbell has a touchless feature that keeps everyone clean and safe. The picture quality and reliability of that video doorbell is absolutely amazing. BSG is San Antonio's home technology company, a great local company built on trust, quality, and safety. They are the best in the industry. Call 210-877-1222, 877-1222, or go to bsgtexas.com. That's bsgtexas.com.
The first thing on our bucket list? Fill the bucket with ice-cold beer.
Woohoo!
San Antonio's sports leader. 1250 ESPN San Antonio and 94.5 FM. All day, every day.
Jason Minix here for Ancira Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram truck over there, part of the Ancira I-10 Auto Complex. If you're shopping for a new vehicle, there is no better place to go than Ancira. I can tell you firsthand because I am a longtime Ancira customer. Through the years, I've bought many vehicles from Ancira, including one that I'm driving now. My daughter's car is from Ancira, so is my niece's car. Half the people here at the radio station drive Ancira vehicles, and it's because of how well Ancira takes care of you before, during, and most importantly, after the sale. That great customer service is why Ancira has been a top family-run dealership in San Antonio for decades. They're going to make sure you're getting the vehicle you want with all the options and features that you're looking for. They'll give you great value on your trade-in, the best rebates and financing options available. And, of course, they have that great customer service. Price made Ancira number one. Price keeps Ancira number one. So think Ancira. Ancira Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram truck, part of the Ancira I-10 Auto Complex on I-10 West between Wurzbach and Huebner.
Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds. Score points with some of the boldest keto-friendly, protein-packed, and low-carb snacks out there. And with their new Southern Recipe small batch 6-pack variety pack, you'll get to choose a different flavored pork rind every time. Find Southern Recipe small batch at your local HEB, and you'll always have pork rinds ready to go. Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds. Be big, be bold, be adventurous.
Hey folks, Bob at Barbecue Outfitters, and now through Memorial Day is our Gear Up for Summer sale. Barbecue Outfitters is your Central Texas, locally owned barbecue grill shop for 23 years running. We're gearing up for the backyard with specials on the Big Green Egg, Kamado Joe, Weber Grills, and all our 5 different brands of pellet grills, including Traeger and Yoder. Barbecue Outfitters has the barbecue rubs, cookbooks, smoking woods, charcoal, and accessories for all your backyard barbecue adventures. Also in focus at Barbecue Outfitters is the built-in outdoor kitchen with contractor pricing for all outdoor kitchen packages to the public through Memorial Day. Our showroom has the best names in the business, including Lynx, Twin Eagles, Fire Magic, DCS, Heston, and more. Barbecue Outfitters has been helping Central Texans be a backyard culinary hero since 1998. Barbecue Outfitters on 1604 at Chavano Park next to the Ridge Shopping Center. And at bbqoutfitters.com, come check out our Gear Up for Summer Memorial Day sale.
It's all about the nose. It's your air filter, the first line of defense against bacteria and viruses. If too many germs get stuck in your nose, guess what? You get sick. That's why it's so important to keep your nose clean, just like washing your hands. Nasal irrigation gets rid of germs by rinsing the nasal cavity, but neti pots are hard to use and, frankly, kind of gross. Now there's a better way to keep your nose clean and help your body protect itself. It's called Navage Nasal Care. Navage uses powered suction to flush out allergens, mucus, bacteria, and viruses. Millions use Navage for fast, all-natural relief from sinus congestion and allergies, and to breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and feel healthier without drugs. Navage is easy to use, affordable, and comes with an absolute guarantee of satisfaction. You wash your hands and brush your teeth every day. Now it's time to start cleaning your nose with Navage. At Navage.com, CVS, Walgreens, Bed Bath, Target, and Rite Aid. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E. Clean nose, healthy life.
This is the Blitz. Y'all like that one, huh? Yeah, that's how I was like, yeah.
Got some new talent around ESPN San Antonio. That was Kelden Johnson. If you missed any of that interview, follow us on the socials at ESPN SA. ESPN San Antonio, Facebook and Twitter. The videos will be up. The sound will be at ESPNSA.com. AA Best Bail Bonds Audio Vault. Yeah, Keldon was pretty cool. It's good to have him in. Good to see a very grounded guy who we kept asking, where are you going? What are you doing? No, I'm going to work, man. I'm going to work out. I'm going to be ready for next year. The NBA continues tonight. Utah gets an opportunity to right the ship, you could say. I guess they went in very shorthanded, minus a couple starters, and they played tight, but never really had any control of the Memphis game. They're going to try to regain their footing tonight. Spida is going to play. We have on good authority that he will play, even though we thought he was going to play on Monday. So that series is turning into one that's going to be worth watching, along with the Hawks and the Knicks. I think that series is going to be incredible. And what I found very interesting, Jason, is the Knicks were surprisingly good this year, and Brooklyn unsurprisingly good. We knew they were going to be what they were. I was listening to Barton Hahn, and they were talking about what the atmosphere is in New York, and it's a Knick atmosphere, of course, right? But you'd have thought if Brooklyn could have, well, if they win a title, or they are what we expect them to be with Durant and Kyrie and Harden and the rest, that they might have the opportunity to take over New York as the preeminent kind of basketball icon in the city. Not even close. They described it as, this is still a Knick town no matter what. And if you care about Brooklyn, you're really not living anywhere in New York. It's a story for Iowa. It's a story for elsewhere. But in the city, it's all Knicks, and they are pissed because Atlanta showed up in the Mecca, bullied them. Trey hits a shot. They're up 1-0. The Knicks, after a long, hard season, immediately lose home court advantage.
Well, and you think about just where the Brooklyn Nets rank on the New York scale. Jalen and Jacoby, and obviously, Jacoby all about the Knicks. They had Chuck D on long time. I mean, they're finding Knicks guys, fans from the 70s, and that's all they're talking about. And you've got Brooklyn right there. And it's not even it seems like it's an afterthought inside of that major market. It is kind of incredible when you think about Brooklyn doing everything they can to try to get the attention.
Right.
And it just isn't happening.
You wonder if a title would change anything. Or is it Kevin Durant? Are we looking at the fallout of Kevin Durant again? Oh, yeah, he showed up. He's got a super team. No big deal. They didn't even have to work for it. Most of them, they never even played together, and they're probably going to go win a title. And Knick fan got to watch a hard scrabble Tom Thibodeau-esque team throughout the season fight and claw and improve and get themselves, not because they have a couple of superstars, but got themselves there because their normal guys became stars. You wonder if they'll be able to make it up. I don't think so. I think this was Brooklyn's shot. I think they're going to win the ring. I think they are legitimately the favorite without much hesitation, East or West, to walk away with the ring. And it doesn't matter what the Knicks do, and it'll still be a Knick town.
And you look at, I mean, Boston. Dallas has been my most disappointed team all year. Although as we get into the postseason, Boston will take that trophy home. Because the Mavericks are going to go on to the second round. They're going to eliminate the Clippers, who might actually end up being the biggest disappointment of the season when it's all said and done, because that's a team that was built to go win a title. And they're not going to make it out of the first round after tanking the end of the season to get the Mavericks in the first round. Be careful what you wish for. So you look at that, and I mean, through the first couple of games, those that have played to, certainly Brooklyn looks like the odds-on favorite. Although the Lakers, the way they look last night,
better.
Yeah. Well, really, Anthony Davis.
Yeah.
I mean, Anthony Davis. LeBron did LeBron things. Anthony Davis played so much better in game 2 than game 1, and they get that split.
Focusing on the Laker-Phoenix series for a second, I was surprised to see the number of minutes that Andre Drummond got. But after what we saw Ayton and the front line for the Suns do, I felt like they felt it necessary. And that might be the cheat code that they need to just go ahead and finish out with Phoenix. I likened that to what we saw with Denver and Portland the night before. We saw Dalla go nuts, 30 points in the half, unconscious, come out in the second half. Coach Malone puts Aaron Gordon on Dame, and that was it. Now, Dame still got a couple more points. I'm not saying he was locked out, but you got the feeling that that's the cheat code for Denver to go ahead and move past Portland. I wonder if the cheat code for the Lakers right now is just get big, stay big, and force jump shots to fall and force Book to put the ball on the ground and hope they can find the third in Mikal Bridges, whoever else can offer that third. They couldn't find it last night, though. There was enough there for them to have a little bit of a. I don't think they feel bad about their chances, but I think the realization was they're going to go as far as an unhealthy Chris Paul can take them. If Chris Paul is seriously, there's something about him in May and June that the season takes a toll on him, and year in and year out,
it's a hamstring.
He kind of
it's a lower body injury.
Seriously,
yeah,
and he's starting to fade. And what did we see in Game 1? A valiant Chris Paul fighting through injury. In Game 2, no Chris Paul because of the injury. So if Paul can get himself right, I think they've got a puncher's chance. Though I don't think it's going to be easy. And if Anthony Davis lets up again, it'll give him a little bit more of an opportunity. But those are the most intriguing of all of the series. Philadelphia, the Wiz, they're on right now. This is just a practice, essentially, don't you think? And it feels like, I expect Russell to bring a game. I expect a triple-double. I expect Beal to go get 25 one time. They might get a game, but it feels like Philadelphia, the way that they dispatched them early, are probably going to dispatch them again today and skate on forward. You just wonder, as we look down south to Miami, are they going to be able to rebound? Are they going to be able to bring it back against a really tough opponent?
Yeah, Philadelphia up early, 21-16.
Yeah.
And again, Philadelphia and what Doc Rivers has that team doing is certainly impressive. The Wizards won't be in it long. And again, you've got the Knicks and Hawks, which that was a sneaky good Game 1. What is Trae Young going to do? The 15,000 or so that were at the Garden with a chant that I can't repeat on the radio. You get all those New Yorkers that finally got a chance to get into a building together and scream. The atmosphere tonight in the Garden is going to be worth watching. And then, of course, the late game. The Grizzlies stole Game 1 from the top-seeded Utah Jazz.
It could easily become a Grizzly kind of playoff run. They could easily, I could pick them as my favorite team to watch. I enjoy watching Jaren Jackson go, and the way Jonas has kind of become that big that they wanted to have. They're a fun team to watch. They're not going to be an easy out. Their problem is the Spurs problem. If they can't hit threes, they're going to fall apart. They got lucky against Utah, who was actually shooting worse than they were. But Utah is a volume shooting, accurate three-point team. They're going to shoot a lot of threes again tonight. If they fall, I don't see how Memphis keeps up, just like we couldn't figure out how the Spurs would keep up against the likes of the Jazz and the other three-point shooting teams. 3s for 2s is hard to stay there, and Memphis ran into it over and over during the season. We're not sure if they'll be able to keep it up. Hey, let's continue talking Utah. You want to?
Let's find out if certain players are going to play tonight.
Let's hope that he will be. We're all looking forward to it. Craig Bolerjack is the play-by-play analyst, the NBA insider, the Utah Jazz voice. He's going to join us next. We're going to talk Jordan Clarkson and the Jazz and Grizzlies as they go off again tonight. Hang around with us. You're on the Blitz, 1250 ESPN San Antonio, 94.5 FM, and on the go at ESPNSA.com.
We all like things to be easy and convenient. New Brakes has done that with brake repair. Jason Minnick's here for New Brakes. They're a mobile brake shop. That means they will come to you to fix your brakes, your home, your office, wherever you are. So if your brakes are bad or you think they're going bad, do us all a favor and get them fixed. Go to nubrakes.com. Schedule that repair. They provide convenient and affordable brake repairs, and all they do is fix brakes. No upsells like at a traditional repair shop. They only use premium brake parts, and they do back all repairs with a 24-month, 24,000-mile warranty, and most repairs are done in less than an hour. Save 10% when you mention my name or ESPN San Antonio at nubrakes.com. Busy at work, relaxing at the house. They even have weekend hours, Saturday and Sunday. You continue to do what you do while your brakes gets fixed. It's that easy, and they're great at what they do. Go read all the 5-star reviews and then schedule your repair now at nubrakes.com for New Brakes. nubrakes.com.
Show us your meat. On the grill. Take a picture and upload it to ESPNSA.com, and you could win a $50 gift card from Tri-County Meat Market if you do. Grilling with the Blitz every Thursday.
People always say getting old stinks. Well, it's not so much the age, it's what you're bringing with you when you go. And if you're getting old carrying a bunch of weight, Yeah, it stinks, especially if you're taking prescription drugs. That stinks. Walking and getting tired and bloated and achy and fat. That all stinks, doesn't it? Well, you can fix it in a remarkably short amount of time. I'm not going to say it's easy, but it'll be the best thing you ever do. I want you to meet Dr. Jacob Torres at the Institute for Functional Health. I was that guy. Getting old stinks. Everything's sore. I'm tired. I want to sit down. Never had the energy I needed, and I was carrying way too much weight. I walked into the IFF not expecting to go on a diet. That was not the plan at all. And the fact of the matter is I really didn't. The diet is a restrictive term. If you tell somebody you're on a diet, suddenly you think about all the things that you can't do. Well, guess what? Dr. Torres understands that we're human beings, that we have to have a little bit of variety in our lives, but he also knows that if you lose some weight, you can stop taking some of those medications. You can start feeling a little bit better about yourself, how you look in the clothes you're wearing, and the clothes that you might be able to get when you get a little bit thinner. But the fact of the matter is this is about health. You drop pounds, suddenly things get a little bit easier. You're not going to deal with the hypertension and diabetes from being obesity. That's a problem that will steadily go away, along with just the soreness from the joints from carrying around too much weight, that body inflammation, that brain fog that you get because you're not sleeping very well at night because you're probably doing a little bit of snoring because of all that extra weight. You can fix that very quickly. And Dr. Torres can tell you why and how to fix the problem. Everybody's different. You're not like anyone else. There's no one-size-fits-all program that helps you lose weight. It needs to be individualized, and it needs to be medically backed, and that's what the IFF is. It's medical professionals, the likes of Dr. Torres, putting together a program specifically and only for you. Your genetics in mind, your biology in mind, your age and your ailments all play a role in your health, and it is taken into consideration when Dr. Torres puts together your program. Put together one for me, and it's been very effective. Year and a half later, down nearly 40 pounds. Energy is way through the roof. I'm not done. This is the thing that I'm going to be with for the rest of my life, but I know how to eat, when to eat, when to eat, all those things that come together in losing weight. I want you to meet Dr. Torres. The number is 210-468-1891. Let him talk to you. It's free of charge. It doesn't cost you anything. Just understand that he is here to help you and will do everything possible. You just got to make that next step. Call Dr. Torres. Schedule a free consultation. Go down and see their great office down on Ashby Road. Go to their website, iffhealth.com. Take the functional health test. Look at what they have to say. It is the best thing I've ever done for myself, and I want you to do it for you. 210-468-1891 is the number. The website is iffhealth.com. Get on the program, start losing weight. You're going to feel good about yourself. You're going to drive down there and give Dr. Torres a hug and thank him for all he's done, and then I'm sure you'll thank me later.
Howdy, San Antonio. Chip Ingram from the Roo Pub and the Angry Elephant, inviting you to come out and enjoy patio season. We have newly remodeled patios, garage doors, and everything else you need to enjoy this great South Texas weather. As always, ice cold beer and specialty drinks. Happy hours daily from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. And our kitchen is open from 11 a.m. to 2 a.m. See you soon at the Roo Pub and the Angry Elephant at 281 and Redland Road.
It's time to tee it up at Edwin Watts Golf Shops with these hot items for dads and grads. Featuring the tailor-made Sim 2 drivers with fourth ring construction that enhances distance and forgiveness. And don't miss these hot gifts from Bushnell, like the Tour V5 or the Tour V5 Shift with pin seeker technology, or the Wingman with Bluetooth and audible GPS for distance. Swing by Edwin Watts Golf Shops and get custom fit today. Edwin Watts Golf Shops, home of the 90-day satisfaction guarantee, and shop us online at worldwidegolfshops.com.
If you're a bacon lover, I've got great news for you. This is Michael Kilbasa with Kilbasa Smoked Meats. Our authentic dry-cured bacon is now available at grocery stores near you. We make it the old-fashioned way with the finest pork bellies and our legendary spice blend. We don't pump it full of water or chemicals like other brands. All you get is thick, savory slices of delicious bacon. I hope you'll give it a try, and if it's not the best bacon you've ever eaten, I'll give you your money back. Kilbasa Smoked Meats, slow-crafted in Texas since 1949.
Slackers Sports and Arcade Bar, your home to 7 days a week happy hour. Come eat, drink, and socialize safely at all 4 Slackers Sports and Arcade Bar locations. And Slackers Medical Center now opens at 7 a.m. to serve our valued medical community. Visit slackersbarssa.com for more info.
If your spouse's search history includes single and ready to mingle, you may want to reboot your situation.
Call the Divorce Dude with Polling Law PLLC. The Divorce Dude will help you get a fast, affordable, agreed divorce. But if you want to fight, the Divorce Dude will fight for you. DivorceDude.com gives you easy legal options and sticks with you every step of the way. Call George, the Divorce Dude, 210-201-0303. That's 210-201-0303 or DivorceDude.com.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
It is the Blitz here on 1250 ESPN San Antonio, 94.5 FM. If you're on the go, slow down and listen to this. Go to ESPNSA.com. You can watch us live. We told you he's coming. Here he is, Craig Bolerjack. He is the play-by-play announcer with the Jazz. He's an NBA insider and all-around great guy. We're glad to have him aboard. Craig, welcome on, man. You're coaching one of our favorite You're talking about one of our favorite sons up there in Salt Lake. Tell us about the six-man award in general for Utah. You had two contestants at the very end, but the San Antonio boy brings it home.
Yeah, he sure did. It was quite a run. It was fun to watch the exchange when Joe was in on it, and he handed the trophy to Jordan. We call him Flamethrower here in Salt Lake City. And it was, I think, really Joe caught him totally by surprise. It was well done. I was happy for him. I wish I haven't really had personal contact with him in over 14 months. My life is all about Zoom, right? I mean, that's kind of what goes down now. But, I really appreciate his talents. He's been such an impact for this franchise since the Jazz made a trade with Cleveland for Dante Exum. I mean, the Jazz won that deal going away. And he's really turned the Jazz around and the whole philosophy of who they are. I think in the bubble last year, guys, what an experience alone by itself, but they got together with all the time on their hands, and the team and Quinn Snyder said, look, with Jordan Clarkson, I think we can run, we can be a 3-point shooting club, we can be athletic, and with Donovan Mitchell healthy, I think that's true. And Mike Conley this year, especially the first year, was rough in that transition from Memphis to the Jazz, but I'll tell you, this team likes to get up and down the floor. They make the extra pass. I'll tell you, the centerpiece of it really is Clarkson. I'm really happy for him to grab the six-man award.
Craig Bolerjack joining us here on ESPN San Antonio, the Jazz TV announcer, and we certainly appreciate you taking time on a game day talking about Wagner X, Jordan Clarkson winning the six-man. And I think about Jordan in high school. I think about, two different colleges and what he was doing initially with LA. And, he looked like he was going to have a nice journeyman type NBA career. He gets to Utah and completely changes. What is the biggest difference you're seeing out of Jordan and how the Utah Jazz are using him?
Well, I think it all goes to Quinn Snyder, really, who believes. And he told Clarkson when he came over, and this is a quote, green light, which means, look, you're going to have high and lows. I get that. And, most shooters in the three-point range have incredible 5 or 6 games runs, and then they may take a drop for 3, and then they find themselves. And I think Clarkson has that personality that Quinn can relate to, and that, he doesn't get too high or too low. And that's the beauty of most three-point shooters. I remember when Kyle Korver was with the Jazz and Jeff Hornacek, I had those same conversations about, you guys are kind of like, the three-point assassins. How do you, just stay focused? He goes, look, man, bottom line is one day is great. I can't really get too excited about it. And if I drop down, I can't get too low. So I think Clarkson's personality is a perfect fit for what he does and what Quinn Snyder asks of him. And really, Quinn believes in Jordan Clarkson. I'm not sure how other coaches approached him, in LA, up in Cleveland, but he's found a home here. And when he was a free agent, he could have jumped and gone anywhere, but he, made it very clear he liked the system, he liked the coach, and he likes his teammates. This is a very tight team, almost like a college atmosphere at times. And Clarkson has found a home. And boy, I'd say I know the team, the locker room, and the fans are all happy to have him.
You know, the story of Jordan as he came through San Antonio and the different universities and the issues that he went through, both, you know, injuries and all that other of the like. And to see him change his game once he arrived at Utah. And when I watch him play now, and it has to be Snyder's effect on him, his pace of play, the pace that he plays with is very different from when we first saw him coming out of school. He was a little out of control, great athlete, but didn't really know how to use the athleticism. And over the last 2 years, quite frankly, I've really seen that change in him. Inside of the offense, inside of the game, his pace is perfect. And it's just that same kind of personality trait that you talked about. Never too high, never too low. He is in the flow of the game pretty consistently. Was it Snyder's effect on him? Was it Ingles? Was there somebody else there that brought him there, or was that just the effort that Jordan brought to the table?
I think that it's a combination. It's Jordan Clarkson's talent, but it's still the belief of Quinn and the way the system allows him to be the artist that he is. You know, I didn't realize how artistic the guy is. He plays the guitar. He draws. We had a story on him about a week ago and really opened my eyes about just and it kind of really, I guess, explains how he plays the game. He's an artist really on the floor, if you break it down that way. And, you know, the guitar, I think he took a couple of lessons and somebody invited him up on stage and he was able to just, you know, play through it. And everyone was like, wow, how many lessons have you had? 2. And he's up there just, you know, rocking it. And, you know, his tattoos are an expression of an artistic expression as he explains his life. And, you know, his drawings, he loves to sketch. And I think it really does translate to how he is on the floor. I mean, never picks up the dribble. He's relentless against defenses. And I am in a wow factor multiple times with Big T Thurl Bailey, who's my analyst, and Matt Harpering, who jumps in on occasion. And we just sit back and go, it's unbelievable. He never gives up on a play. And I think he does wear down his defender. And if he just finds that slight little seam, he'll go left or right hand to the rim. And it's a fun thing to watch. And his 3-ball, by the way, 94 consecutive regular season games that he's hit at least one 3-point shot. And that's quite a record all by itself.
Bowler Jack, you got to tell us now, what song was playing when he got up on stage and started playing the guitar?
You know, I tell you,
it's the $1 million question. More. At least the genre. What was he doing?
I don't know if he was playing rhythm and blues. I don't know if he was strumming, if he was just kind of going with whatever was, you know, they were just having kind of an open floor. But, you know, he said he felt real comfortable. He kind of had wide-eyed look. He said he just went up there and started just hitting the strings and everything came alive. So I don't think he was intimidated no matter what they told him they were playing.
You know, I think the biggest thing that Jordan's going to deal with this new trophy is, does he have skin left to have it drawn on? Is there any space that he can have it put where we can see it on the regular? It's going to be on a thigh.
Oh, yeah. That trophy's going to end up somewhere. I don't know where, but it's going to end up somewhere. That's for sure.
Craig Bowlerjack joining us here on the Blitz. He very much involved with the Utah Jazz, does their play-by-play, and been around there for a long time. You know, let's talk about the Jazz, man. I'd hate to go back to what you talked about with Snyder, but, you know, never too high, never too low. That certainly applies to you guys today, coming off a tough one against Memphis. Now, the expectation is Spider's going to play. Do you know anything different?
No, it's you know, I thought it was a done deal on Sunday, and then the late scratch really threw everybody off, guys. I got to be honest. It was one of the strange moments of the season. And the Jazz have been through several, you know, from Oklahoma City to the bubble, you know, the Donovan Rudy discussion of a year ago about that, you know, that bond, you know, stay. And then they had that flight to Memphis not long ago where they hit a flock of birds. I mean, and had to turn back an emergency landing. This team's been through a lot. And then this situation was just still a head scratcher. You know, Donovan made a very strong statement on Monday. He wasn't happy. You talk to his teammates and everything is right. And I think he is looking forward to going forward. He's not a guy, he's very mature for his age. He's 24, and I think he just gets it, and he just wants to compete and play. Look, when you have multiple, you know, people surrounding you, you have to be able to separate, I think, you know, who you trust and who you don't, who you listen to, and take their advice, but move on. And ultimately, hopefully, as his career goes on, he can make those decisions, and he should be able to, obviously. But yes, to your answer, he's a go. tonight, and I don't think there is any going back on this one. The game plan's in, and Conley and Donovan in the backcourt. Do you say it's a must-win? I think it is. You're the number one seed in the NBA. You work your tails off for the 52 wins, and you just lost home court in a snap of a finger because of a very physical Memphis team who's flying high right now, after gaining ground in the play-ins against San Antonio and Curry and the Warriors. But, yeah, tonight's big, and I'm anxious to see, what his wins like, how he functions on the floor with Mike, and if he's going to force it some, or if he's going to be nervous, or he's just going to get right back into the flow. I think everybody in Salt Lake is excited to have him back, and this is the longest he's ever been out. He's never been injured. He said, I think he had one ankle sprain in 10th grade, but he's gone through college in his first 4 years in the NBA pretty much injury-free. I think this has really been something new to him and probably a shock as well. So tonight, I can't wait for game 2.
And again, like you said, it really, in a lot of ways, is a must-win. And around in San Antonio, we know what it's like to be a 1 seed and lose a series to an 8-seeded Memphis Grizzlies team. You got to get this one tonight. And you think about game 1. Was it just the absence and maybe distraction of Mitchell not being there that cost them? Otherwise, it was a fairly tight game. I was surprised that Memphis was able to get game 1. Do you think Mitchell is that much of a difference maker going into game 2?
Those are great questions. I think he's such a dynamic player that he opens the floor, space for Conley, space for Bogdanovich, space for Rudy Gobert to do more of his work at the rim. Look, Rudy doesn't have a lot of offensive moves like Valanciunas, but he's at the rim. He's kind of finding his way with Euro steps and feeling pressure left to right, and rolls and scores to the rim more and more this year. But Donovan just is such a dynamic force that sometimes he draws double teams, and that leaves it leaves the 3 wide open. And that's how the Jazz climbed to number 1 this year, in my opinion. And Rudy's defense, obviously. But yeah, I think the team will look on the floor and say, there he is. And I think it makes a big impact. He is the Utah Jazz along with Rudy. But if you really wanted to pick out the leader, whose team is this? It's Donovan Mitchell's team. And, I think really the Jazz were shocked. I think they were a little bit stunned when they walked onto the floor to kind of go through their final, game planning around 4:30. And the word was Donovan's not going to play. I think it put a little bit of like, whoa, what's this about? And they played that way in the first half, especially Bogdanovich, who was scoreless. They came on strong in the second half, and they nearly won the game despite some poor shooting. So I really think the Jazz will be at a high level tonight. I'd be stunned if they're not. And so with the world, the NBA world as well.
Absolutely. Now, was there a bit of I hate to say it, but was there a moral victory there because that second half was better played than the first, and there was opportunities to win that game minus Spida. It was a tough loss, but I think walking off the court, I would have been, relatively happy if I'm Snyder, knowing what the others were capable of doing. I certainly was impressed with the way Royce played as well.
Yeah. One thing about the Jazz, they've always been, again, they take on Quinn's personality like the Spurs. You guys know how Pops and Quinn and Dennis Lindsey, there's a lot of Jazz personality like the San Antonio Spurs. And Pops really, shows his hand, and Quinn is very good like Coach Krzyzewski, where he played at Duke. And you talk about great mentors, Krzyzewski and Pops. Quinn has that kind of that same poker face. And it reflects on how he doesn't like attack a player, doesn't really attack the way they play. And again, he's that centerpiece of not the too high or too low personality of this franchise. Was he disappointed behind closed doors? I can only imagine. But again, it's game 1, as he said, look, we had some disruptions and we're better than this and we're going to be better focused. And with Donovan back in, it just gives him another option. And it helps open up probably Joe Ingles coming off the bench instead of as a starter. So another weapon that the Jazz can use. Memphis came in with attitude, and they were really the more physical team. The Jazz kind of punched back a little bit, but the officials let them play. I'm excited to see how physical Memphis wants to be tonight, if that's the tactic they're going to use. But as you guys know, and Snyder has drilled this in everybody's head in town, is that, the playoffs is that cliche. It's a clean slate, and it's another season, which in reality it is. They shorten up lineups, rotations, and of course, I think the officials kind of let them play a little harder too, which is kind of odd because I think officiating personally ought to be consistent throughout regular season and postseason. But I thought it was a much more physical game than I expected in game one. Tonight, let's see how the officiating crew lets them go. I hate to see Rudy foul out again. Valanciunas had foul trouble too. And you hate to see the bigs or anybody get fouled out of a game. You want them to play, but we'll see how many whistles are blown tonight.
You shoot 25% from three, it's going to be a long series. I imagine that'll turn around as well.
Yeah, it's got to. You know, the Jazz, for some reason, when it hits and they don't shoot the ball well, it's like we call it the three-point flu, right? It's just not one guy. I mean, even Jordan, who's just been dynamic all year long, was 0 for 8. And that is not Jordan Clarkson basketball. I mean, he's a three-point guy and continues to shoot. And again, he has the confidence to continue to put the shot up because Quinn tells him to. And I think, again, that goes back to our original conversation, is that he's found the right coach, he's found the right system, and also this team really embraces him. And it's a fun thing to see. It really, really is.
Jazz suffered through a three-point flu. The Spurs have suffered through a three-point, what do you call it, diabetes? It's not going away. We can only kind of treat it.
Yeah, that was a season-long flu. Pneumonia.
Baller, man, we appreciate you stopping by on a game day, man. We look forward to the game tonight. Thanks for all the insight on Jordan Clarkson. Break a leg tonight. We're excited to watch the game.
All right, guys, appreciate the time, and I'll tell Clarkson good wishes out of San Antonio.
Catch up with the guy gets to be around Jordan, although it's been a weird year for him, too. I mean, he's there.
He's not around him.
He's not around him, but certainly a great day in Utah Jazz. Let's see if they can improve upon an already great season by getting another round in the playoffs. We're going to put a bow on the show and talk about the legacy that is Adam Vinatieri's. He announced that he is retiring today. I'll leave you with this question, Jason. Is he the greatest kicker of all time? You're on the Blitz, 1250 ESPN San Antonio, 94.5 FM, and on the go at ESPNSA.com.
Jason Minix here for Alamo Water Softeners. You know, in San Antonio, we have some of the hardest water in the country. And while we can't control the quality of the water that comes to your house, you can control the quality that comes through it. And you don't want to wait until you think something's wrong with your water to call Alamo Water Softeners. Some chemicals and contaminants are undetectable. Let Alamo Water Softeners come out to your house and give you a free water analysis and a free estimate. Get a free reverse osmosis drinking water system with the purchase of select new water softeners from Alamo Water Softeners. And I can tell you firsthand how great they are. I've had a water softener from Alamo Water Softeners for about a decade. Wouldn't live without one now. They're a great local family-owned company by the Townsends who are great to work with. On the Nextdoor app, they were voted a 2020 neighborhood favorite. Alamo Water Softeners provides the best value for the highest quality water treatment. Discover the Alamo Water Softeners difference. Go to alamowatersofteners.com. That's alamowatersofteners.com.
The NBA playoffs are on ESPN San Antonio. Brought to you by the Mellow Mushroom. Online at mellowmushroom.com. From the play-in to the finals, we've got you covered. 1250 ESPN San Antonio and 94.5 FM.
All right, is that a Q2 or Q3 expense?
Dwayne's CPA went MIA.
Nah.
To keep his books and his sanity, he needs to find a replacement ASAP.
Hey, Johnny, have you ever heard of a fungible good?
Indeed can help him hire the people he needs.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job, you immediately get your short list of quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job criteria. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
For 37 years, Mother's Window Tint has been the Texas All-Star for window tint, car stereos, and auto security. Mother's Window Tint, your car stereo and auto security headquarters, is saving you money right now. Stop more heat for less dollars with tint as dark as you want. We carry over 60 different professional films. Car thieves are stealing catalytic converters more than ever. So get a car alarm from Mother's that will even start your car by remote control. Save $100. Streaming music and your favorite podcast is easier and cheaper than ever with a new Alpine car stereo or kicker speakers or a JVC amplifier at Mother's Window Tint super discount stores in Austin and San Antonio. They're all on sale. No time limit layaway. Open Tuesday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. MothersWindowTint.com. Follow us on Facebook. Mother's Window Tint. Remember, do it at Mother's and save.
Guys, stop what you're doing. Give me a few seconds of your time and let me give you a piece of advice that will change your love life forever. Have you noticed you've been losing a little pep in your step? Has your lady friend asked you, is everything okay? Do you find yourself having trouble rising for the occasion? Do you stress out before that special moment and wonder, is it gonna work? Guys, I'm going to let you in on a big secret. You don't ever have to worry again. The Mojo Male Enhancement Formula has you covered. Mojo is the 100% guaranteed male enhancement formula that guarantees lasting success, if you know what I mean. The Mojo Male Enhancement Formula is safe, natural, and effective every single time, guaranteed. Mojo is available in a fast-acting spray and a quick-action capsule. Do yourself and her a favor and call Pureline Nutrition in San Antonio today. They'll get you set up for success. Call 210-494-2210. That number again is 210-494-2210. Mojo Male Enhancement, only available at Pureline Nutrition.
When your AC fails in the San Antonio heat, there is no time to search. Save Service First in your contacts and have an AC tech on speed dial 24/7. Service First. Save us before you need us.
Have Service First in your phone, 521-1500.
This is for the men who never settle, the ones who believe only quitters end a game in a tie, the type of guys who choose the bar with the biggest TVs to overcompensate for theirs at home. This is the Lodge mentality. This is Twin Peaks.
It's the Blitz. Thank you guys for joining us today. He's Jason Minix. I'm Rob Thompson. We're just about up against it. Tomorrow we got the Rangers coming at you again. New Breaks of Texas will have the Rangers on at 6 o'clock. We got a good show coming tomorrow. In the meantime, news broke earlier today that Adam Vinatieri, the kicker that I believe started kicking sometime in 1979, has announced his retirement after several decades of kicking. I kid, but actually, 2.5 decades, right? 25 years of kicking in the NFL.
Easy, and you know, word comes down. Of course, he went on Pat McAfee's show.
Kickers love they'll hang together. They're not athletes.
Wasn't he teammates with Tom Dempsey?
He actually had the full foot. He got to wear that shoe that Tom couldn't wear.
He took his job.
Yeah. He leaves after scoring 2,673 points. He kicked the game-winning game-winning kick in 2 Super Bowls. Was a winner with both the Colts and the Patriots. Is he the greatest kicker of all time? I'm not.
I mean, do they change the Lou Groza Award to the Vinatieri? Yeah, I do. I mean, you know, and it's the damn Patriots. Gostkowski. I'm trying to think of all the fantasy kickers that I've always pissed everybody off by drafting in like the 6th round. You know, I'm the guy that's kickers off the board. And I'll tell you, if he can keep going, Justin Tucker might ultimately end up hook him. But you got Vinatieri, Morton Anderson. I'm trying to think of other long time kickers. I mean, for a while,
Sebastian Janikowski.
Yeah.
I mean, for longevity. But when I think of
George Blanda,
when I think of big time game winning kicks,
Super Bowls, man,
Adam Vinatieri is certainly one come to mind. I think Justin Tucker certainly is the strongest kicker to ever set.
Scott Norwood.
No, he's no Scott Norwood. Who was the
Norwright?
Who was the I see dead people kicker for the Cowboys? The Robbie
Gold
that looked like he was about 9.
Robbie, yeah, little Robbie. You're not talking about Raphael, but Robbie Gold, right? No, he's with the Bears.
But when he was with the Cowboys, which former Cowboy had the greatest kicking percentage?
Dan Bailey.
That's it. We leave you with that. We'll be back tomorrow with another full edition of the Blitz.
The Dallas Cowboys address the defense in the draft. What do you think of the Cowboys draft?
What does Riddick continue to say? You build your team inside out from front to back. And I'll stick with it. The future of the Cowboys, it's if they can pull 2 starters, then this will be a success. Everything that they have worked for this long, weird year will